Hit that like, let's do this, grinders.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
I came looking for booty.
You're my #1 customer.
I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
You hear me, right? Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals! I hope this is not true.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Yes, I would like to have a refund. Yes, I would like to have a refund. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing out there? In the grindhouse. How's everybody doing? Come on in, sit by the fire. We're gonna have a mishmash of show today, because I don't know where we're going with this. It's been dry. It's been not very exciting in the gaming world. This is the heat of the summer. Everybody's outside dealing with pools, fireworks, and such. But the grindhouse heat is always pumping. So come on in, hit that like button, and we are going to rock today. Got some topics today. Might be a bachelor grindhouse. We'll see. I know Frog's on vacation. Well, Frog's been around, not around. I haven't seen Frog in a while. Couple of weeks. Neil's back from vacation. What's up, Neil? How you doing? Just gonna be talking to the chat. Oh, True Virgil's here. He says the deal goes through. He was not welcome back. Don't worry, True Virgil. You always have a place here in the Grindhouse. The deal goes through, man. That's the only news that I see in the Twitter streets right now. It's pretty sad. But anyway, you just hang tight. Oh. What's up, Mr. Tennis? How you doing? Get those splits ready. What's up, Neil? Brian East, how you doing? Raphael Roo. Eric, how you doing? How you doing, yeah, boy? Francine. Fabrizzle, what's up? Fabrizzle, oh my goodness. Is that Febreze? He turned himself into Fabrizzle? No. That's what I called him. Febreze called him Fabrizzle. What's up, man? And Methods Freddy. How you doing, Sergeant Nick? Neil again, I got you. Let's see if we get everybody here. The VIPs. Brian Easton here, the VIP Grinder, representing early on. First one. Amanda, how you doing? VIP Grinder. Coming on in, the VIPs. The Claymores VIP, what's up? Exact Mary, yes, I know. Gaming with Junior. Junior, what's up? Leech, VIP coming on in. Yo, we need 5 more I think 5 or 6 more VIPs and get that new emoji in the house. The VIPs are pumping, man. You've been putting me to work. Thank you again. What's up, Gamer? J Gamer UK, what's up? Oh, man, the Slim. The Richard Simmons Slim. We'll call the Richard Simmons PS5. Man, oh, man. So Microsoft ousting the Slims. But, yeah, it's been some time, yo. I know we did a show on Wednesday. Did some streaming the week before, but yeah, it was wild, man. 4th of July, and that week was just rough. And then the kids and all the stuff going on, and man, it's just been rough. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and you know, just in life in general. And I've been really off the Twitter stuff. Like, really, I've been not really on Twitter. I've just been popping in, seeing what's going on, if there's anything, and then just out. Like, I really haven't been, really following the Twitter news and all that other stuff. Like, I bookmarked a couple of things that are going on. You know, that court case with the emails was coming on. Holy Jesus! Ron M delivering the 5 VIPs! Holy, did we hit it? I think we hit it. I'm going to have to make that emoji. Thank you.
You just made the list!
Oh, man, we got to welcome the new VIPs. M. Jean is a VIP. Francine
You just made the list!
is a VIP. Diablo Doc Matter is a VIP. Nick got a VIP. Great getting Nick a VIP in there. Use those emojis. And, guys, we're bringing it in.
You just made the list!
For another month. Oh, I tell you, True Roger, you got to cancel that thing. True, we got to play music. You got to block it.
You just made the list.
We just get Ron M. Thank you so much. He just guaranteed another month of True Virgil hanging at Herman's Nuts. We got to play some celebratory music for that one.
You just made the list.
Oh my goodness. Play the music. Here it is.
Sign me, please. I will bend over and touch. My knees tell me it.
He's back on the ball. Back on the ball.
To my face, then
Oh
you feel
man. Thank you again, Ron M. You got him. True Virgil was ducking and diving like the Matrix. Like Neo. He was like, nah, you can't get me. I'm not up. He's there for another month. Oh, Jesus. True Virgil will be hanging low again. Maybe the quality nuts. Maybe they'll change your mind. Another month of sack. And if you're new here and wondering what the hell I'm talking about, let's take you over to the VIPs that we're talking about here that flexing so much and partying with Mr. Herman Holtz in the club. Here they are right here, the VIPs. What am I talking about, you might say? Here they are, the wall of VIPs. There it is. All the VIPs flexing those emojis. Flexing the emojis, partying with the quality Herman Holtz. Quality there. And there he is, everybody. True Virgil hanging low. Take it down slow. The Herman Nuts delivered for another month. Virgil, I don't know, man. I won't be talking all that crap when you're that close to Herman's Nuts. But anyway, thank you again, VIP Grinders. The wall of VIPs is growing. Thank you again for all your support of the VIP Grindhouse. Shout out to the VIP Grinders. You're not going off that wall, God. Oh, baby.
You just made the list.
Oh, man. Veja, what's up? Member for 2 months in the VIPs. He goes, we really don't need a PS5 Pro, but a PS5 Slim will be a great addition to this holiday sales on a PS5. Just my opinion, and congrats to True Virgil. Thank you. Thank you again, Veggie. Yes, we'll talk about that Slim, man. We'll talk about that Slim because, there's some interesting stuff that came out of those Microsoft documents that I brought up on the Slim. And, True Virgil, congrats to him. Let's give him a quality flute. He's listening to that Phil Ness flute all the time. Give him some quality flutes. Give him some of those quality flutes. Yo, you still running around with the 15 frames per second, True Virgil? My goodness. Your Lord and Savior Sathya has something to say for you. He has his music.
I am doing more with less. Trusting feel he's the best. Now sign your chest high and stirring Satya. Listen to me.
True Virgil picking on Final Fantasy 15 frames a second. Dude, have you been playing it? I played it, and I played your trash-ass Redfall that you said you love so much. Believe me, between Herman's Nuts in your eyes and playing Redfall and enjoying it, you can't even talk about Final Fantasy. That is too much greatness for you. Too much greatness. Because your standards of Redfall, you want to talk Redfall, where is the 60 frames patch? That's what, off topic, grinding some gears now. You remember the videos that were made, the world froze that 60 frames per second wasn't going to be in Redfall on the console. People were coming out of the woodwork. They even have YouTube channels, and they were making YouTube videos about this stuff. They're like, Redfall doesn't have a 60 frames at launch. Oh, man, that is horrible. People making videos all over the place. Dude started a YouTube channel. It's like, yep, I'm going to make a video about this. I haven't seen one goddamn follow-up video from anybody that complained about it. I haven't seen one video from anybody that has an Xbox channel talking about the Redfall frames per second. Where is the patch? Phil told you on Xcast it is on a good path. It's on track, he said. What track
Whatever
is
your
that?
name is, get ready for the big
Ian,
surprise.
welcome to the Grind House. Make room for Ian. He's coming on in. Subscribe to the Grind House. That's right. Where is it? Where's the 60 frames for Redfall? Just like I was the only one talking about Halo to this day, I still have Halo as a topic. I haven't heard one. I haven't heard one goddamn Xbox channel bring up Halo. They're like, yeah, Halo. I might play it. Redfall 60 frames. Where is it? Where's the patch? Xbox is going to Gamescom, I heard. They're going to Gamescom. To show what? Sea of Thieves updates. Is that what we're going to see? Sea of Thieves updates. Updates to Elder Scrolls? Is that where we're going? It's on the wrong track. Outside of Gaming Night said it's on the wrong track. Where is it? Where is it? Does anybody care? Probably not. But it's hilarious as to the the craziness that went on. And then to follow up, like they're okay with the 30 frames for Starfield. They probably don't, they want to forget about it. They're going to forget about it because, you know, the fact that they bring 60 frames per second to Redfall is going to say, oh, you know, Starfield got 30 frames. It's not good news. Because now 30 frames is okay now. Digital Foundry said it's okay. After they played with magnets for a couple of years ago. It's okay now. 30 frames is okay now because Todd Howard said, you know, in between driving cars for Uber, I'm also delivering 30 frames per second. But if 60 frames comes out for that trash-ass Redfall, what are we doing here? Actually, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Where is it? Man, people taking pictures with all these executives. Don't you think we'll find out some inside news? Nope. Nope, it's on track. That's all you need to know. One day to ask me about my business, Phil said. You had one day to ask me about my business. That day is past. No more asking about my business anymore. Let's take a gander. I want to take a grindhouse gander. Let's take a grindhouse gander over somewhere. I gotta take a nice little gander here. Where is it? Is this it? There it is. No, not this. Holy! Oh my! Oh! I shouldn't have taken a gander. I should not have taken a gander. Grinders, advise.
A few moments
I should
later.
not have taken a gander on what I'm looking at right now. This Grinders, here it is. The Gandering Grindhouse. That's right, Josh is. Holy oh man, oh man. Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
True Virgil, you one of those 27.
Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
You think 27 people are better right now? Look at the 24-hour peak. Goddamn 74 people. We got 200 people in this room. There's 74 people in the last 24 hours. Oh, geez, that doesn't... No, wrong button. Holy shit. What are we doing here? No wonder nobody's asking for 60 frames. I think it's the people that... Jesus. These drop-offs, dude, are insane. 27 people. That must be, I think that's the people testing the game. They're probably testing the 60 frames. It's Arcane. That's who it is. It's the 27 people, the developers. It's the developers. Oh my God. This is the developers right here. The developers' friends and family. This is the friends and family plan. That's who's playing this game. Holy crap. 27 people in the game. Look at the drop-off. Look at this. Look at this. 2 months ago, 6,000 people wanted to check out the train wreck. 27 people remain. Oh, but they're all on Xbox, they'll tell me. Oh, it is the developers. Feet on land, it's the devs. It's the play testers. That's who's on right now. That's it. The people testing the game. It's the families. It's the families of the developers. That's who it is. Like, come on. I guess I answered my own question. No wonder there's nobody asking for 60 frames. Oh, well, these dudes are not asking for 60 frames because they got it already on day one. But even 60 frames per second can't save this game. Look at this drop-off. Like, look at this. Guys, it is 8:20 on the East Coast. And don't give me horse shit that this is not prime time gaming. All right? This is an online Borderlands game. What? Look. Helldivers were getting Claymores as Helldivers released 8 years ago, and there's 400 people on it. They're just the devs playing this game right now. What the hell is this? Look at the drop-off. This is not a year ago. That is 2 months ago. 2 months ago. True Virgil, be proud. You're one of those 27. Hold the line. There it is. Hold the line. 27 people. Hold the line. 27 people.
End of the line.
Oh, damn.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
Oh, my God.
Would you ship that? What you just played? Would you ship that? What you just played? Would you ship that? What you just played?
My God, the devs trying to fix it. Hold the dotted line. Holy Jesus. Dude, what the hell is going on? I shouldn't have taken a gander. That is crazy. And look, the 24-hour peak was 74 people. It was the devs' families. This is an online shooter. Co-op. Insane. I thought this was fake. I was like, 27 in-game. Can I see the whole month? Compare with others. Let's see. Let's compare this. Look. Oh my God. Jesus. That is just who is in its I need to know who is in its company. 27 people. Oh, we can't even go that low. Let's look up Halo Infinite. I think Halo has about 2,000 probably. Hey, Halo Infinite got 4,500. But look at that drop off. Jesus. At least Halo got 4,000 people. That's after that. But man, oh man. That is... Whew. Halo Infinite holding 4,000 looks strong now since that came out like 2 years ago. 27 people. Nobody's touching this game. They're going to come out with 60 frames. They're going to announce it on Christmas Eve. They're going to announce it in a tweet. This is the latest exclusive $70 game from Microsoft. There you go.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
You're still losing, dude. You're still losing. Well, Spider-Man Spider-Man came out sooner. This Spider-Man's at 7,000. Miles Morales is still almost at 3,000 currently. Even Spider-Heck. I don't even know what the hell. Look at this game. It has 100 people in it. Look at this. God of War, 2,500. The one and dones, they say. The one and dones, they say. I know. Phil Spencer in that quote is like, we lost. No, you are still losing. You can't, like when he says we lost the worst generation, like, no, dude, you're losing. But man, oh man. What is a Pentiment? Let's see if Pentiment has more people. Dude, Pentiment got more people playing than Redfall. Oh, shit. Damn Pentiment. I don't know, man. This is wild. That game's that has got to be the worst. So Xbox has like the two worst games, like Crossfire X and now Redfall. Happen to be both shooters. Wonderful. What a great name they're making for themselves right there. Well, that was off topic. The one and done. Right, who's one and done there? Let me see. Who's one and done? Craziness. But it's everywhere. Redfall's everywhere. It's on phones. It's going to be on NVIDIA. It's going to be on the cloud. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Billions of people have access to Redfall. Right. Billions of people. There's 27 people playing. Billions. No matter where you are. You got to make great games. But if you just make great games, it's not going to change. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Speaking of things failing, True Virgil, I played it for 3 hours on my channel. Silencio.
End of the line.
Would you ship that? What you just played?
Oh no! We suck again! Oh no! We suck again!
So, yes, do you remember the vampire got trapped? He couldn't pass the goddamn park bench. He was trapped behind it. He couldn't come around and get me. That told me all I need to see right there. And I played it for 2 more hours after that park bench incident. So, something that struck fail was the Rogue Ally. So this thing has been, it's been a love and hate relationship with this thing. I like the size of it. I like the control. I like what you can do with it. I've been putting some emulators on there. I've been putting some cool, been playing from all the different stores. And, the performance out of the thing is pretty incredible. But the SD card issue hit me. So I was able to put a 2 terabyte SSD in there. Worked out great. But I had a 1 terabyte SD card. Well, apparently, either it's getting too hot and it's causing a defect to the memory cards, or some of the memory cards are just not functioning anymore after some updates. Again, the problem with this thing is that it's actually a Windows device. And all the headaches that come with Windows come with this. And the SD card that I had in there failed. It's not being read anymore. I got a new SD card, still not working. And I found the fix for it. So just anybody who has the Ally, just to let you know, the way to fix it for an SD card that's not being read. And again, I don't know if it's the heating issues. They did put out a new update that increased the fan to reduce it when it's docked or in super turbo mode at 30 watts. That to reduce any heat, because that SD card slot is right next to where the fan is. So let me show you here. Pretty stupid design, but it's going around with this SD thing. So let me just give you an image here. So this is where the issue apparently is happening here. So right here is your SD card slot, and here's your fan, right? So if you play this
#1 customer
docked mode, apparently this area right here gets really hot, and the card gets really hot, and some cards are failing due to the heat. So what they did in the latest update was they increased the fan speed to cool this area down faster so these cards don't get too hot. I don't know if that's what happened to my card, but my card really never, in the spring in here was kind of weak, and for some reason my card really wasn't working. I had to like shove it in there, and the spring really wasn't popping out. I had to like tweeze it out all the time. So I don't know if that was the issue, but now the card just can't be read anymore. So I got a new Samsung Performance one, 512, so I went half the size because I have a 2 terabyte in there already with SSD. So I'm testing this out, and it wasn't reading it. So just to let you know, if you have this, word of advice, the driver update didn't work for the SD card, but what you do is you need to format the SD card in NTFS. For some reason, the when it goes in there with the new update, it it's a FAT32, and the FAT32 is not being read in the file size. So you got to reformat it. Best thing to do is not even do it through the computer. Just put it in another computer, format it, and then plug it in. So far, for the last half hour, it seemed to be working. I'll give an update on it. But that's the issue. We'll see if it gets hot on the thing. Again, a love-hate relationship, this thing. The form factor is great. I love the size of it. It feels much more slimmer than the Steam Deck, but I still am keeping my Steam Deck. Yeah, I could return again. I could return until August. But the issue is that I put a 2 terabyte in there, so I have to take out the SSD and put it in the new one, which shouldn't be a problem. But I'm going to see and wait and see if this thing, because I haven't had too many issues with it. It's just that the SD card just stopped working on, when you're playing it plugged in, it goes really hot. And, but I got to tell you, docking this thing up is the closest thing to a Switch Pro you're ever going to get. Like, man, and I recommend using an Xbox controller on it. The PS5 control works on it. But with the Xbox controller, they got that, that Xbox bar on there, and you could easily jump through games without needing a laptop. A keyboard and a mouse. So just letting you know on that thing. But yeah, so the SD issue hit me, so I'll let you know what's going on with it. But again, I really like the device, but again, it comes with a lot of headaches, and I don't know. I'm on the teeter-totter right now. I know a lot of people have been returning them. Just because they just don't want to deal with Windows. And I knew Windows was going to be an issue on this thing, but again, it's the greatest, ability to just know where to navigate and get stuff. But again, you're dealing with Windows on that kind of screen, which is a headache. So, but otherwise, that's that thing. On that, let me get that super chat going here. Hit that like button, grinders. You coming on in? Twisted Sig says, "Yo, Jez, do you see that leaked documentation from Sega? Anyone who says Sony killed Sega is full of it." Oh yeah, I didn't have that on my list, but yeah, I did see that with the Sega news, with that whole thing. Sony, but you got to go back and listen to what happened with all that stuff going on with Sony and Sega. Like when Sony is trying to enter in the console market, Sega was they're already 4 feet deep already. With just dropping hardware out, trying to get the CD onto the Genesis. I didn't even know. I lost track. The Dreamcast was a great device. But again, the problem with the Dreamcast was it was running Windows CE. Do you remember that? Do you remember that the Dreamcast was running Windows CE? It was running Windows on it. And it made the thing hackable to the nth degree. People, even when they were struggling with sales for the Dreamcast, those games could be copied easily. I remember at the PlayStation, you had to buy a chip or something like that. The Dreamcast, man, you could just hack the hell out of it. It was Windows CE in there. People found a way. And there you go. Windows. Microsoft killed Sega. Oops. Yep. But yeah, the Dreamcast, and then you could. My friend had all of them, copied games, man. Emulators, games, they were just CD images. It was so easy. I read all the ISOs. So, yeah, it was powered by Windows. The Dreamcast was powered by Windows. There you go. What a twist. What a twist. It wasn't Sony. But Sony, man, how did Sony break into it? And I'm telling you, I had a PlayStation. I had the first PlayStation. Well, I got it in 97 when it came out. But I can tell you right now, it was a confusing time because Nintendo was really trying to stick with the cartridges, and Sega was struggling to try to match up with the Philips CD, and just this whole CD media was there, and the PlayStation just took its CD and just did it, and it worked. Yeah, Virtual Dan, Windows CE powered the Dreamcast. Exactly, everybody had that one disc with all the games for the Dreamcast. Yeah. So it couldn't even sell because of hackers for the Dreamcast, unfortunately. It was a great device. See, Kratos, I can always turn it around. Microsoft kills everything. Windows CE powered the Dreamcast. Oh, damn pause. So Microsoft killed the Dreamcast. Sega. What was it, Sony? Oh, 95. That's what it was. No, was it 97? Oh, 95. You're right. I got it in 96. Or was that Christmas? So it came out some September. You're right. So I got it in 96. I got it in 95 then. Yeah. So in 99, PS1, I think that's when they had the little one, Ant. I think that was the little one. But yeah, the PlayStation original, I got it when when it launched, like that holiday, I got it. So it was 94. 95, I got it. That's right. It was 95. Yeah, that's when I moved. That's what it was. It was 95, not 97. And then from the PlayStation, I got a Nintendo 64. And then Nintendo 64, I never had a PlayStation 2. Everybody knows that. I never had a PlayStation 2. I got it for I had it for like a month or 1 week or something like that. I had it for like 1 week to play GTA 3. I just had it to play GTA 3, and that was it. And then I got rid of it. I didn't keep it. And I went from Nintendo 64 to GameCube, and then from GameCube to Xbox. Yeah, Panasonic was trying to get into the gaming too. So I went from PS1 to technically PS3 at near the end of their generation, and then went back to Xbox One, and then went to the Xbox original, and then Xbox 360, and then Xbox One, and then that was it. Then I went to PlayStation 3, and then I went to Xbox One. No. Xbox One. And then the PS4. I got the PS4 in 2017. But yeah, I went from GameCube to Xbox. Because Xbox was talking about online. I told you, I used to work at Circuit City. And they were like, hey, we're playing online tonight. And I'm there with my GameCube playing I'm like, okay, well, Disney Sports Soccer is coming out. And I was like, I'm playing Disney Sports Soccer. There's nothing coming out for the GameCube. And then these guys are playing they were playing Ghost Recon and Unreal Tournament. And I'm like, oh damn, what? On a console? They said, yeah, with Xbox Live. And that was it. I never looked back. It was brought back to the college days. And that was it. No, whenever the PlayStation came out, the PlayStation 1, 96 or whatever the hell it is, I got it in the US. I was not in Japan. I do not remember when I think it was 96. It was whatever holiday I got it. Remember, my parents got it for me. So that's why I didn't go out and wait and buy my own consoles later on. So I did not know. What's up, Link? How you doing, man?
What's up?
They're coming after me to find out when I got my original PlayStation. I don't remember. My parents got it for me.
Yeah, my parents bought it for me. I don't remember. I got
You're my number one customer.
I had to wait a little bit because I got the Sega Saturn first, and my dad told me I had to wait because I couldn't get both of them for Christmas.
Yeah,
but I did get the PlayStation maybe a year after.
Yeah, I was rocking the Super Nintendo at the time, and then and there was a lot of confusion going on with the discs and stuff. Like I never went down the whole Sega route, so that's why I always got confused with the whole Sega route.
I had Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn. I didn't get all that other stuff like 32X and Sega CD. I never had none of that stuff.
Yeah. I know. I was all Nintendo, so like for me, it was just Super Nintendo.
I had Nintendo as well.
I wasn't Genesis at all though. I didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, I had to play that Sonic, man.
Yeah, but see, it was crazy the way we did it. And my friends it was like I had the Nintendo. My friend had TurboGrafx, and then my other friend had a Genesis, and we used to go to each other's house and just play all the games. So we kind of used each other. We're all in the neighborhood, so we just would my friend's house. I played we played Yeast and Bonk and all that stuff on TurboGrafx. He was all TurboGrafx. Then my other friend was all Sega, so we used to play all the Sega games at his house, and then my house was the Super Nintendo house. So that was like the way we rocked over there. And then eventually, he moved away, and then I was like, yeah. Then I got the PlayStation from that thing. But yeah, it's I don't know how I got on this conversation, but yeah, I was
yo. Is one of your topics some of the breaking news from Microsoft today?
Well, some, I guess. I don't know. What was the breaking news?
I don't know. I don't think it's really related to gaming. So,
the
they
layoffs?
just yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't add the layoffs. I was going to talk about that, but yeah, we just were going around that topic. There's not a lot going on. Yeah,
not really.
I have the next one is just basically gaming updates and news. That's why I was just going with it. But yeah, you could. So you're right. Microsoft did announce that they're laying more people off, in the sales group. This is in addition to the 10,000 that they already laid off.
Oh
apparently. Man, yeah, they said that this is in addition. Where's Tom Warren here? Yeah, so they announced another round of layoffs again. And they're saying that it's organizational workforce adjustments are necessary for part of managing our business. We'll continue to prioritize and invest our strategic growth. But yeah, this is in addition to the 10,000 that they already have. People are saying a lot of former Microsoft Store employees. I don't know how. I guess the store was around, I guess. The Microsoft Store. But
why are they laying people off? They got all this money.
You know what's interesting is that somebody posted this because Tom Warren was this where he was saying, so yeah, somebody posted this. Speaking about money. So somebody posted this thing. Their annual and quarterly gross profit history and growth rates from 2010 to 2023. And if you look, their growth rate from 2023 to now, like it's only like a 7-8% increase. And the previous years, it was like 17 and 19 and 16. So it's like less than half of what they used to be rocking since 2019. Now, yes, there was a pandemic and stuff at the 19 increase. But still, like, they are really not, I think they're making a lot of bad bets. I think also, too, I think that they're trying to enter into, they're talking a lot, and I don't think that talking is turning into sales. They're like that salesman that just like keeps talking and talking about this future, but implementation wise, I don't think they're delivering on it. Like that I had last week about their the leaked documents talking about their cloud business and how their cloud is less than half. It's more than half of what Amazon cloud is, and how Wall Street was kind of in shock that they knew they were behind, but they didn't know they were that far behind Amazon. They knew that they were behind Amazon, just not that much. And it's like half. They're like, whoa, like, okay, so now your cloud, Azure cloud, while you are the third, like, behind Amazon, Amazon's like more than double revenue coming in for their cloud services. So I think Microsoft just keeps talking a big game. Now they're talking big AI. And I just think that there's other AI. Like, there's other things that are fully implemented already that Microsoft always had this problem. They always did. They always have a way of just talking up a big game, but never delivering on it. With everything, with a lot of things they did. The Windows Phone, with Zune, with Connect, with the Xbox. The whole company. Like they want a VR. It wasn't like they ignored the VR market. They tried to address it. They tried to say, oh, well, we have our way of VR, which is AR. And that fell flat on its face. We have our way of motion tracking with Kinect. You don't need, waggling arms and, Wiimotes and stuff. You could use your body as the remote. Well, worked for a few years. So I just think that they talk a big game. They make them, they puff up their feathers. They do a lot of peacocking, as people say. No emphasis on the cocking. But they do a lot of peacock, like, oh, we're big, like, and then when it comes to it, they're really just like a wet chicken, or like like just a puffed up chicken. Like, really, they're not that.
Yeah. Guess what? When if they acquire ABK, they're gonna do some more layoffs.
Oh yeah. Well, do you see that was another thing that they are actually, ABK is gonna be like they were gonna run, like they're gonna have their own benefits and everything. Like they're not gonna be fully integrated into Microsoft. They're gonna stay where they are, apparently. But I'm sure they'll make room.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, that's what it said. Like they're like way Bethesda is like, apparently the Bethesda employees, they're not on Microsoft's like benefits and stuff like that. Like they get their Bethesda like ZeniMax stuff, and just Microsoft's like the parent company for them.
Interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. See, Thrash. What's up, Thrash? He goes, talk big, deliver small. Exactly. That's what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
They talk up a big game. Satya talking about the cloud and nobody could compete with them and the money. And then I remember when he was talking about the cloud, like Satya was just going very into like, we have invested. Like he talked about how much money they invested into cloud, and that's why they couldn't be beat. And that's the problem. The problem is that it's not how much money you spent. It's about how many people are using your stuff and how many people believe in your product and how much your product is functioning. It's not how much you spend. Like, I could be like, hey, look at this house, man. I spent $5 million to build it. And meanwhile, everything fails. Like, it doesn't matter how much you spend. Oh, my head dropped off. But it doesn't matter how much you spend on it. That doesn't make you better because you're spending more. That just shows that you have that just says that, okay, that's where you're putting your money and you believe there's value there. But that doesn't add value when somebody's like, I spent a lot of money on this, because the biggest thing you take away is like, if you look at this car, man, I spent tons of money on it and it runs like shit. It's like, well, you didn't spend your money wisely, you know? So just because he spent money on a Zor and they're putting servers in the water and all this other stuff in the ocean, that doesn't mean that a Zor is incredible. And it showed. Amazon just like cemented its place where it is. And Zor is like half. And now AI is another thing. And Google's right there with them with AI. And they're talking a bunch of AI, every thing. When you look at AI and services and this and that, Sati, you suck. Let me tell you something. You suck. Cortana, your voice assistant. You took her in and out. You ripped her out of goddamn Windows. Why? You couldn't do Cortana speakers and or anything like that. You ripped that. That was like the start of your AI. You killed her. And just they're so shallow with their stuff. Like Steve Jobs said, they're the McDonald's. Like, they really don't know quality and end user experiences and customer service. They don't. They really don't. They do not deliver on that consumer level of the expectations of the consumer. And why do they? Why should they? They force the corporation.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big
Welcome,
surprise.
Sid Griff, to the Grindhouse. But like, why should they, right? Why should they? They make all their money because they force big companies to use their product. Like they corner them into the market because there's really no other office suite and operating system that can function at a corporate level.
Right.
And there you go. So that's where they make all their money. So everything else is just like, yeah, sure, like, yeah, that's like, it doesn't matter to them. Oh my God, True Virgil, hang by those nuts. Yes, I streamed it. If you go watch my channel, you're here all the time, True Virgil, and you don't go see my streams of Halo Infinite. I beat that goddamn trash. All right. Where do you think I came up with Bootleg Joel? I saw Bootleg Joel. Where do you think I came up with Fernando? You right? Fernando. That's the end of the game. They reveal his goddamn name. Most pathetic game and ending I've ever seen. All right, Bootleg True Virgil. So hang by those nuts and tell me if they smell. Those quality Herman nuts. You're there for another month, bitch. Stay there. God damn it, True Virgil. You piss me off sometimes. I beat Halo Infinite, that bootleg shit. That's where I found out Fernando.
I couldn't do it.
Oh my God, it was horrible. The game was
horrible.
Horrible.
Boring.
It was boring. And at the end, what happens? The guy's like, I'm Fernando. Cortana's like, what's your name? Oh, no, Bootleg Cortana. She doesn't have a name yet. She don't have a name yet. They didn't name it. They're waiting. Waiting till when? It's gone. Joe Staten, they're all gone. You're never going to find out what her name is, but I think they're going to call her Cortana too. We knew Fernando. That was the big reveal. She's like, what's your name? Echo 117 or Echo 54, whatever. He's like, it's Fernando. It's like, Fernando? And he's like, now you drive me, Fernando. Get the hell out of here. That is some trash. People say they like that game. You need to go out. You need to go out and touch some grass. I'll say I'll play something else because that is some trash. That is no Halo game. That's garbage. Empty. Dude, at the end, you open up, you're walking through halls. There's nothing in there. It's just a big empty room. I'm like, is something supposed to happen in here? Is more content coming? DLC or something? But yeah, look at that. So they're laying off people. We never celebrate layoffs, but Jesus, Microsoft is definitely trimming their company. And this is somebody just posted this. They said it's just not looking good. So I don't know, man. But there's
I don't
the
know.
news.
Isn't it supposed to turn into more jobs, acquisition, and more games and all this other stuff?
Yeah. Consolidation and all those stuff. I still don't know the benefits of this. I see some clown. I saw some people post when was it look at this thing. What's it?
Listen,
Kid Smooth.
Yes, I was told by several Xbox fans that for the longest time they've been wanting exclusive games on Xbox, right? And right, they said Sony has exclusives. Why can't Microsoft have exclusives, right? But just buying publishers to take games off of other platforms doesn't. Yeah, you're getting it exclusive by the fact that it's just being pulled off another platform, but that's just subtraction. That's not addition.
Oh yeah, but but again,
it's not.
It's stuff.
I think Xbox fans were right. Games that you already were getting, but I think Xbox fans will want Microsoft to the studios that they currently have to make more games and get games out quicker. Build new studios, but not just buy up publishers that already have established IP on other platforms and take them off. Maybe that's what they want them to do, but I don't think that was exactly what people had in mind when they were asking for more games.
No. And then one of the things too is wait, this is just to is this it? Hold on, is this the end? There you go. This is True Virgil. Move those quality nuts out of your face. Here it is right here. Grindhouse. Here I am playing this game. This is the end. I'm spoiling Halo for everybody. Look at the end. Here's the end of Halo. Oh, you can't even see it. Hold on. Here it is. This is my stream.
Where's our friend? There he is. Running around the brute.
Tell me Pony's lying. Get those quality nuts out of your face. Watch this. Here it is. Look at this. This is the boss of the game. Here it is. The Harbinger. Who? Yeah, the Harbinger. This is the boss. This is the epic ending. There she is.
There's so many fucking weapons. Dude, the hell with all these weapons. They're garbage. What the hell?
There's your boss. Done. How exciting.
See, we came right to my melee.
Tell them. I am sorry it took so long.
Who's she talking to?
I don't know who this fish is. We're never going to find out who she's talking to.
Old? Like, really old. My time is ended. Yours, too.
Who's this?
They will make sure.
She teleported right in front of me and I meleeed her.
They were coming to you. Who they? We don't know. Joseph Staten took the story with them.
Of course you do. On my way.
Fernando, come pick us up. The Endless are coming. Who? Who? There's my achievement. Here he is.
Oh, bootleg Joel, we don't care. You don't even have a name.
I guess not.
We'll let this play out, everybody. Like, I'm just showing the wonder of the ending of this. True Virgil says I had to play the game.
Sorry. I'm really happy to see you. Really happy. So, what do we do now?
We finished the fight.
I guess not. There's no more content.
Yes, sir.
What?
The banished still control the rest of the ring.
Why is he acting like that? He wants to go home. He don't want to go home anymore?
I know this is weird, given all that's happened, but...
What? What is it?
We still don't know your name. I keep calling you Echo 216.
Bootleg Joel, give him a name! I told you guys!
Esparza. Fernando Esparza.
Fernando!
Fernando Esparza.
Good work, soldier.
He got a name! He got a name!
About me.
What do I call you?
Any ideas?
Well... Do you think it would be okay? You're sure?
You get to choose your name.
Then I think I might have the perfect one.
All right. Here we go. Get ready.
Fernando.
I told you his name is Fernando.
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 His name is Fernando.
Fernando.
Hit the line, Fernando.
Fernando. There you go. Suck on those nuts, True Virgil. There you go. Anyway, speaking of Halo, did you see this article, guys? Halo is beyond saving and Xbox needs to forget it exists. Bam. This guy in this article says that Halo needs to go goodbye for at least 10 years. He says they got to forget about it. No spinoffs, nothing. If I was Phil Spencer, this is what he says. If I was Phil Spencer, I will lay down a rule saying no new Halo for the next 10 years. No spinoffs, no remakes, and no sequels. Just let the shame of Halo Infinite be quietly forgotten and get people to the point where they actually miss the game. Imagine somebody saying that after waiting 6 years for Halo Infinite, and now 2 and something years later, they're like, just forget about it anymore. We're done with Halo. Yo, Frogs, what's up, man?
Yo.
How you doing, man?
Busy.
What up, Frogs?
Busy.
It's busy.
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, it's been busy. I didn't want to jump in the conversation.
What do you think? Like, you think Halo? Like, this guy's article says that he thinks Halo should be forgotten about for at least for the next 10 years. Just like goodbye. What do you think?
I said it before. It needs to either be rebooted from the start and become a multi-plat, or rebooted period and just be something different. I think we're at that point where the only way you really revive this franchise is to reboot it and make it multi-plat. I think most of the games are like that over there. Unfortunately, I think Gears is the same way. It would have been better off as a multi-plat and have access to more people, more consoles, than it for being just on Xbox.
You're right. That might be a way to see it. Like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
You think it's
I
dead?
think
You think it's
wait. I mean, if they don't have anything really new to bring to the table with those games, then But you got to think about it.
Why not reboot it and just say, you know
this
what?
Is the deal, man.
Just
the
reboot it and say this isn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The original.
I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Frost. No, go.
I was gonna say, why not just reboot it? Because this is what I'm saying. Because I know what you're gonna go at. Since they have 343 just has a history of just not really delivering like they should. Why not just reboot that thing? It's going to be in Game Pass. You give Xbox players what they want. Take your time with it and just make it multi-plat. Put it on PC, PS5. I don't know at this point, and just reboot it as Halo and restart that franchise with the first game and really.
I don't think making it multi-platform is going to make it successful at all. That if we've known anything,
you think that
being
would hurt
multi-platform is not going to generate necessarily a lot more sales. So I don't think that's the issue. I think that the teams that originally made these IPs great aren't making these games anymore. Epic and Bungie, and so they move on to do other things. Microsoft could not take these IPs and grow them. So maybe they just need to put them on the shelf for a little while and focus on some new stuff and maybe revisit it later when they have some fresh ideas. But they need to let these IPs chill for a while,
Yeah, you think? Yeah, so
but Halo especially, it's got to take a nap.
He says if a new Halo comes out in a year or two, it's just going to be more empty product churn out solely to keep the game's name alive. No chance for people to anticipate it or a developer to spend the necessary time to make it good. Halo has to go away for a long time. People have to miss it and want it back, like a long-lost friend. 10 years may sound like a long time, but an ordinary AAA game takes 5 to 6 years to make nowadays. But you want to know what, dude? I'm going to tell you right now, Microsoft's not making those kind of games anymore. I'm telling you. You think Starfield would never exist if Microsoft didn't buy the game already in development. No, I don't think Microsoft has a plan of starting a game now for the next 5 to 6 years having it come out. And if it is that kind of model, that model is definitely going to be compromised to be in Game Pass because they have SU that Game Pass is their future. So to make a game that takes 5 to 6 years and a big budget and all that stuff to just drop it in a Game Pass and hope you get a few subs and make your money back a year later or so, like, that's not the model Microsoft wants to do. Like, I don't understand why people just don't get it. Like, Microsoft is controlling these companies to spend less and produce more with less. Like, that's what they want to do. So these big budget games are going to be either episodic, they're going to be free to play with microtransactions, they're going to be compromised to fit the Game Pass model. That's the reason why they need to own their ass, so they can control the budget and the resourcing that goes into the game. They don't want to go into a game and then somebody like, say, Square Enix is like, Final Fantasy 16 took us 6 years to make and a budget of $4 million. Microsoft's like, we would love that in Game Pass. It's like, okay, well, we want half of our production costs to put it in Game Pass. And then the sales that we're going to miss by not putting it, by putting it, and Microsoft will be like, yeah, no, we're not spending that much money to put the game in Game Pass. They need to control the budget. They need to be there when the game's being built and be like, oh, yeah, this is going to cost $2 million. No, it's not. Scope it down. Matt Booty, get him scoping. All right, Booty scope. Get in there, Booty. Scope it down. This is too ambitious, too much stuff. Get in there, get the coffee and tell them to scope it down.
I came looking for booty.
And he comes in there and he's like, scope it down. Not $2 million to develop. I want less work on it, smaller assets, think smaller, think more controlled environments, think something, not 5 biomes, let's do 2 biomes and see how that goes. And then we'll add a biome in a seasonal update or something like that. But scope it down. We're too ambitious. We're not getting that scope creep. We got to keep it cheap. We got to keep it low because this is going into a service where we got to make our money back. Snackable. That's right, Don Juan. Snackable. That's the reason why they're buying these companies. They don't want to go off the shelf and pay top dollar when these other companies like 2K and Square Enix and EA and even Activision are spending huge budgets making these games and then trying to compensate that budget to put it in Game Pass and meet that expectation. No, that's not the game they're playing. So everybody going, oh, Perfect Dark's taking 6 years because it's AAA games take 6 years. Dude, Perfect Dark, who even knows it's coming out? But these games will be compromised accordingly. And the reason why Starfield is coming out the way it is because that was already in development. A lot of that cost was pretty much eaten up by ZeniMax. ZeniMax probably has been funding Starfield for the longest time. Microsoft's just there to collect the end and kind of set it out to launch. But a lot of the developmental costs were probably taken up by ZeniMax when they started this project so many years ago. Microsoft's gonna reap the benefits of it. That's where that $7 billion came into fact, But that's their model. They're not on the model making big budget games for their future. They're making games that fit their model. Game Pass, cloud, that stuff. Like Frog said, you say their games have these cartoon look. Like a lot of their games.
Yeah, they're built.
Identify.
They're built. Their games are really built for. What was I going to say? Oh, their games are built for the lowest common denominator, which is going to be the Series S. They have no choice.
Yeah,
they really have no choice.
Exactly.
I believe that the worst mistake they did this generation was creating a Series S. It's like it's a curse, but it's actually good for them because that's what's selling. Like Phil Spencer said, that was their console. And mid-gen refreshes the X. And if we're to go and believe that, it's like who will release a console that week as their next generation console.
Listen,
that's
Frogs, look at those. It don't matter. Look at those games. The games that they're showing off are not graphical showpieces. They're not doing anything groundbreaking with these games and with that hardware. Mm-hmm. So why do they need to invest in this crazy high-end console, or even a real mid-gen refresh when the games they're making aren't even pushing the needle? Look at those games. They're not doing anything. So, I mean, they don't need to. Microsoft is not interested. If people haven't realized this now, they are not interested in competing at the high end. They're not, like Phil Spencer said, we don't want to. We're not going to out console Sony. So they're not going to be making high dollar AAA blockbuster games like Sony's making. They're not interested in doing that. They're making games that fit the Game Pass model. They're going to be mid to low end games. That's why he said expect some 60 rated games because they're not trying to compete with the best of the best. They're not.
Yeah, their competition is put everything in a service.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and people forget Satya Nadella wanted to close everything down. He really did. He didn't care. He wanted to get rid of everything. And there was a time when he was like, you know what? We don't need Xbox anymore. You know, Xbox needs us.
Well, you see from the email
like that, because
you see the conversation at the higher ups. Like they really don't have a clue on what to do. They're just funding the money, and Phil's the one that's spending it. Like he's the one that's coming up with these ideas, like these purchases. Like Satya doesn't, and that Stewart guy and Amy Hood, they're just like, yeah, I guess. Like, all right, whatever you say, we need the Activision. I guess we do. Like. You know, and the fact that they're willing to put out like a Redfall, like somebody put in there, BU says like Redfall quality, like the fact that Redfall came out as is and there's 27 people playing it right now online. That's it on Steam. That's due to the Game Pass effect. That game, if that game was a $70 product, it would not have launched or even been released. It would have been delayed indefinitely until they got their act together.
Wait, you talking about Redfall?
Yeah, Redfall came out the way it is because of Game Pass. They could do that with Game Pass. Game Pass allowed them to release an incomplete game.
This game had a 1-year delay and it still came out like that.
Exactly. And why? Why would they not keep delaying it until it's fully realized? No. Just drop it in Game Pass. We'll coop it up. I'll say
we need some content. We hadn't had a AAA game in a year.
Yep.
Plus a year and a half. Put it out. Throw it out the door.
They were desperate to get a Yeah, because you're right. I think the pressure of 2022 not having stuff. And then, you know, they wanted to have that kind of I think Phil Spencer's, and I think I said this before, but I think Phil Spencer's goal, like his performance goal of the year was like, okay, I'm going to get, you know, how they're trying to get seasonality with Halo. I want seasonality. I want to release a game a quarter from us. And that was his achievement. So he did, Hi-Fi Rush in January. And then, you know, the next quarter was Redfall. The next quarter is Starfield. And then the quarter after that is going to be Forza. So, like, basically that was his cadence. I want to get something each quarter. And that's kind of what that was his goal for this year. You could tell.
Look at Forza, right?
That too, man.
Once they showed off the actual gameplay and stuff, that game is.
I don't know what's going on with that.
It's not looking great. It's not.
And you know what's crazy is that of all the years, like Forza is always like a prime thing to show, and like for some reason this year they're like hiding it. Like it seems to be kind of hidden and just not really showing.
It's we called this. Let me tell you something. We called this so long ago, and it's kind of crazy we're talking about it. We called what was going to happen at Xbox in their game division. We called what was going to happen. We said what was going to happen. We were told we're just. You know, we're fear mongering and we don't need to worry about anything and it's okay. And we can't talk about the execs and what their problems are in their games and
everything's fine.
You know what that ended up getting you? What that ends up getting you is being part of one of the elite freaking members of a crew of people who are delusional. And I don't want to be with that delusional crew. I'm serious. Link always says it. There's a mental illness going on, and I think it's not just in gaming. It's period. People just can't acknowledge and look at saying something and say, man, you know, this is just not what it is. It's not what it's going to be again.
I just don't get it. Even if you are a huge Xbox fan, being unwilling to admit their failures and their track record with all this stuff and thinking that when they acquire ABK, it's going to somehow ascend in quality is pure delusion.
Yeah, I'm going to show something to the chat if you wanted to see. Somebody made this. Universal Xbox said, like, this is what they're anticipating when the Activision deal closes. Look at this screen. First off, there's 5,000 things wrong with it because I think about half these games, these licenses don't even exist anymore with Activision. So I don't even think they will show up in Game Pass. But is this the W? Like, is this the W that this Activision deal, this is the desperation where they're watching every day, she gonna make the decision? I got some things for you, Grinders. You talk about Twitter. So first, look at the screen first, and then I'm gonna show you the desperation and craziness that's going on with these internet Twitter lawyers and
They
these
don't
people.
own Sekiro.
Look at this.
They
Listen.
publish it, but they don't own the IP.
Sekiro.
Man, idiots out
look
there.
at this stuff. Prototype 1 and 2. The Transformers games. The Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. You didn't even get a port of Ultimate Alliance from the Switch. You're going to get the old ones. Guitar Hero they put in there. What are you going to play with? An air guitar. What are you playing with? Xbox doesn't work with old peripherals. What are you playing with? Your ass?
They're delusional.
Your flute?
I really do think they're delusional.
What are you playing Guitar Hero with? I need to know. The guy wrote Cloud. These idiots, they wrote Guitar Hero on the Cloud. What are you playing? How are you playing Guitar Hero? Please, I need answers. This is what idiots are doing here. Guitar
They don't
Hero.
own Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
What are you doing?
They might have published some of these games, but they don't own these IPs.
Who's playing Guitar Hero on the Cloud? I don't have answers. I need answers from the chat. What are you playing with? Your flute?
This is a sickness.
It is definitely a
Wait a second. I got something better for you. They got all the Skylanders games launched here for the Cloud. How are you playing the Skylanders games? Come the Cloud nonetheless. Who?
That group of guys and girls over there are delusional. It's nothing wrong with liking Xbox, but you got to, we just got to look and call a spade a spade.
Dude, you need the toys. They don't sell the toys anymore. You need the dock, a USB dock for the Skylanders games. How's that working in the cloud? Were you walking around with strap-ons and toys and goddamn plugging them into your phone? Like what? That's why this shows that this list is not a list of what people want. It's just a list of desperation and internet clout and cap.
Yep.
That's what this is, because none of this makes logical sense. So for people to look at this and go, this is a great deal from Activision, half of these got the first, and they got all the Diablos in there. Yeah, you'll probably get the old Diablos. The Overwatch. King's Quest, they're saying. You got Geometry Wars. This will change the game. This is the W, Geometry Wars. Oh, and all those Call of Duties, that's going to change the game. That's what everybody's waiting for. All these Call of Duties here.
Look, you're talking about a group of and let's just, I'll just speak for the people I know that are like really crazy about this deal. They don't play Call of Duty. They don't play most of the stuff, just like they don't play Bethesda games. They're too busy holding lines, not playing games.
Well, like
I just get so sick and tired of hearing about it, because you guys don't play games.
Microsoft is in dire need of games, right? It has all these studios, but the output has been dismal, right? Mm-hmm. Activision, as a corporation, does not release a lot of games. Like, look at this list.
They don't.
This is a decades of games. They don't release a lot of games, and half the licenses they lost already. Skylanders is gone. Marvel's gone. Spider-Man's gone. Transformers is probably gone. And you look at this, Activision is not a solution to Microsoft's problem. Microsoft needs a company that's pumping out games left and right. They would have been better
with
somebody
like an Insomniac.
Or even old school Ubisoft. That was like pumping out a shit ton of games. Ubisoft had like 3 games at launch. They went dark over the last year or so. But like Ubisoft will pump out games left and right. They needed like a Ubisoft or somebody that just like pumps out games for their service. Like Activision is actually one of the worst. Like between Activision and Rockstar,
oh my god,
they don't release a lot of games. Like Activision banks on Call of Duty. That's why all their developers, like Beanox and all the stuff that made the other games, all work on Call of Duty. So Call of Duty, like Activision's not a solution to Microsoft's problem. Microsoft needs a publisher that releases a lot of games. Same thing with Bethesda. Bethesda's not a great company to own. ZeniMax, they don't release a lot of games.
It's good to make deals with them, but owning them is whatever.
But, like, they don't release a lot of games. Like, you look, Diablo, when was the last Diablo game? Mm-hmm. You look at Overwatch, when was the last Overwatch game? You look at Todd Howard, last game, 25-year franchise he created. When was the last game he created? Oblivion. Like, not Oblivion, I mean Fallout. They don't release a lot of games, dude. So, like, I'm saying, like, Microsoft's buying these big publishers that really rely on a few franchises over a course of many years. So they don't really solve the Game Pass, we're going to have a game every quarter problem.
Nope, they don't.
And it's very interesting. Like, that's who they're seeking. They're seeking these companies that don't release a lot of games. But the problem is Microsoft needs that release list. They need a cadence to keep people subscribed. But this is what they've been fighting for the last year and a half for this Activision deal. This is the answer. Have you not played these games already? These games are old as shit.
This is the answer. You know it. No, it's not the answer. Of course, it's not. The answer is the studios they already got putting out some damn games,
quality games.
Yep. They got plenty of studios already. They got more studios than Nintendo and Sony, but yet they got all these studios, right? 20 plus studios, and their output of first party titles has been abysmal. So,
yeah. Do they own Tony Hawk anymore? I don't know. They released Tony Hawk 5.
It's like he said, Link. They, like what have they been putting out this good since the Xbox One era? What really have they been putting out that's moved the needle? It's been this new. It's been the same old same.
Yeah.
And then the stuff they do get published, or they help. They say, oh, we're gonna help with this. It doesn't move a needle at all. I mean, they had Sunset Overdrive published by Insomniac before Sony got them. Didn't really move a needle, in the landscape, because I think a lot of people realistically don't buy games on Xbox anymore. They just don't.
That's right. Aaron says,
no, of course they don't.
Look at this. Aaron, God damn it. Hold on. Before I read what he just wrote, and it's the clownery right there, I got to play some music for him. Where is it?
Sign me, please. I will bend over and touch.
You're my number one customer.
When we all play and make exclusive games and like to my face, thank you, Phil. Wait, just wait till E3. There will be a showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Bootleg Studios helping with perfect art.
Where's the lamb?
He says that the ABK deal is for revenue. That's what you're championing for? Revenue from big Microsoft. That's what it is. So here's the list of games. It's not about this. You just played yourself, sir. Like, you just proved the point. It's about revenue. And that's why you clowns are on Twitter watching this thing like the goddamn Super Bowl. Look at this clownery. You want to see some clownery stuff on Twitter. This Florian clown, head clown himself. This guy.
That shit makes no sense.
This guy, Florian Miller, a paid Microsoft ass grabber, comes on here. This guy, you got to see these people from Twitter. Watch this. Ready?
Microsoft
He goes,
something, but I ain't gonna say what he's a paid Microsoft.
dude, he is the 3 C's. 3 C's for the grinders right here. Right?
Oh, man. One of them C's.
Oh, man. So look at this. This guy, where is this thing? Here it is. Wait. Is this, no.
I don't, while you're looking for that, Jazz, I was going to say, I don't see how like this makes gaming better. And whenever we've looked at things that have moved gaming forward, how does them buying Activision make gaming better overall?
It doesn't. They still never told us why. They tell us why.
It doesn't move a needle. It really doesn't.
It's a point. It's not about the games, dude. It's not about the games. That's why this shit exists. Look at this guy. You want to look at this guy? Get ready. Hit the goddamn like button, grinders, because we're gonna go on a Twitter roll here. Watch this thing. I'm gonna read this stuff to Frogs and Link as I've seen this shit. This clown, head ass grabber, Florian Miller goes Judge Corley. Look at this guy stalking the goddamn judge. Here he goes, Judge Corley, because they're waiting for the decision now, right? Judge Corley is now. Pretty sure, though, there's no live stream to verify she's in her courtroom to preside over a day one of a jury trial. Presumably, they'll wrap it up around 3 p.m. local time, more or less. So for the next 6 hours or so, it's very unlikely that decision will come down. So I'm like, wow, clownery right there, stalking the judge. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here comes Twitter lawyer Shane to express what's going on. He goes, can't she just have a clerk file it? assuming it's done, it just needs to be proofread. Well, Lawyer Shane, let me see what your credentials are. Hold on. Wait, Lawyer Shane, I need to see. Well, first off, that's a fine photo of you, muscle man, here. And Shane goes, he is a Series X and PS5, mostly Xbox. So basically, like, I don't understand this logic here. He goes, Series X/PS5, but then parentheses, don't get him wrong, he's mostly Xbox. All right? He goes...
They put that in their profile just to make themselves...
I don't understand. Like just put Xbox, dude. I don't know why you put PS5 in there.
Come on, man. We know what you're doing. We know whose Johnson you're sucking. Come on now.
Then he tweets out, 4:17 California time, really going to need you to come through in the next 7 hours, so Judge Corley. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Wait, we're not done. We are not done with this stuff. So he just says the clerk can file it because it's just done. It just needs to be proofread. I don't know. Does he work? Does he work in the offices? There we go. Witcher 10 says she's leaving it as late as possible to give the FTC less time to appeal it. Let's see this credential. I play games. Feel free to add my PSN Witcherton on Xbox. Okay. Way to go, Witcherton. Do you get your law degree in goddamn with friggin' The Witcher? Like, I don't know. Are you in the law with Yennefer? I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but apparently you know that it gives the FTC less to appeal. Then here comes, a person who has a law degree for a very long time. His name is Cornfed. Cornfed. Let's see what he has to say. He goes, I would just imagine that theoretically, the judge could already have her order hammered out and signed and tell her clerks to enter it at a specific time. Everybody knows the judge is done. The judge is done. Cornfred, let's see what your credentials are. I don't know. He don't have it listed, but he is retweeting Larry Herb, saying that Larry Herb said Monday sucks, and everybody thought that was the answer, that today was going to be the results. So, here's the person. He was in the offices. Here he is right here. Carl Saruflum. He confirmed that she could have already signed the decision and someone just needs to upload it. All right, let's see. Since he was in the law degree, let's go see where he is. 7 followers and don't even have a profile picture, like a title on his screen. But he apparently knows that it's done. It's all done already. 3 C's, please. Like, this is just ignorance. Like, this is just insane. And Florian, head ass grabber clown, is responding to these people. He goes, yes, technically that would be possible, and theoretically she could even do it while sitting in the courtroom. She entered small orders several times at the PI hearing. It's, however, very unlikely that an ultra-high profile, like, the guy responded to this stuff. Daniel Rossier is getting an education here. He says he didn't realize how busy federal judges actually are. I'm assuming she has clerks writing the decision based on her guidance. These clerks, where are the clerks? You shot the clerk. I shot the clerk. You shot the clerk. You shot the clerk. You shot the clerk. Where are these clerks?
The 2 Utes.
The 2 Utes.
To what? What was that word?
The Utes.
To what? What?
The 2 Utes.
Did you say Utes?
Yeah,
the Utes.
What is a Ute?
The Utes. They shot the clerk in the Buick Skylar. You know the clerk. What the hell is this? This is like a live movie of My Cousin Vinny. Who are these guys? Yeah, I got my law degree. Win some, lose some, they say. Win some, lose some. Win some, lose some. What the hell? Are you telling me that you could see the clerk signing the deal through the window with all that crud, through all those trees, with all those leaves? Are you sure? Are you positively sure? The clerk had signed the document, the clerk. Like, are you positively? It takes me 10 minutes to make these grits. I am sure the clerk. What the hell are these people doing? Thank God Tech Noir VR says this is getting a bit stalky. Thank goodness.
Man, these people are assholes.
Frank sums it up right there.
They're assholes. They just, I just don't. Some of the shit I see on Twitter, I just like, man, I can't even entertain some of the people I've even had conversations with. I don't even
just
talk
upload
to
it.
them.
The clerks.
Maybe they just need. If they had some games to play, they wouldn't be doing this.
Jesus, dude, I was like.
But you know what's crazy?
Like, damn, like what? The
Most of
hell
these
is going
dudes,
on?
these dudes are not even gamers.
I don't know who they are. This guy said he's an Xbox/PlayStation 5, and then parentheses, mostly Xbox, end parentheses.
Come on now, stop that shit. You play on the Xbox, you're disgruntled. That
is the funniest thing I've seen.
Instead of you voicing your opinion, saying, "Look, they need to do better," you're sitting over there, freaking holding the line like all these other clowns. Come on now, let's stop this.
End of the line.
What is this logic?
Stupid, that's what it is.
Series X, PS5, parentheses, mostly Xbox. Get me wrong. Get the hell out of here. Like, I don't understand it. The clerk has it all done already. And then Florian, yo, I'm going to call him a gymnast. This dude is like coming online going like, hey, yeah, you know, just because it's quiet doesn't mean that the deal is not going to go through. Like, just because he's quiet, like it doesn't matter. Like like he's like damage control. Like, shut up, my God! Why you keep showing up? I can't block him for the entertainment because the people that are responding to him.
Man,
it is just
once I see something lunacy, I block him.
Wasn't he holding a Twitter space?
Oh, he's been
with Aaron Greenberg in it.
Oh yeah, he has like 600 people in there.
Oh no! We suck again.
And lawyer post up, guys. The green from goddamn Chick-fil-A.
Fuck out of here. There's so many people that people give attention to that I just block. As soon as I see their post, I block them.
The judge, the documentation. Like, I swear, like they all should be playing the freaking law game. Like I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this. Phil Spencer made everybody get law degrees. This is how desperate it is. For what? For that image that I showed you? For this? They're harassing the judge for this? Maybe they'll get... Guess what, guys? If you want to play Zombie Chronicles so bad, it was the PlayStation 4, the hits. We got it years ago. It was one of the greatest hits, PlayStation 4, at launch of the PS5. You want to play that so bad. Black Ops 3, we got in 2019. In goddamn PlayStation Plus, you want to play it so bad. Hell, Call of Duty's out there this month. You want to play it so bad. You're harassing judges talking about the clerk. They just upload it.
Yeah, go play. Since you mostly play on Xbox, you've got a PS5.
Go
ahead and download that Call of Duty and play it.
Their game of the year got to be Ace Attorney. Their game of the year got to be Ace Attorney. Right, Ryan? Goddamn Ace Attorney's got to be the Xbox game of the year. That better come to Game Pass soon, Ace Attorney. Holy shit. The Claymore's the 10. He goes, they aren't gamers. They're trying to enter into the Xbox copium industry. There are a lot of Xbox addicted to copium. There's such a huge market for copium content creators.
Shit. They're addicted to something. Dude. They're addicted to Phil Spencer Johnson in their mouth.
You're right, man. There is this copium. Like, I see these people, like, they have these, like, old videos on. They got all these logos, and they're trying to make their business, and they're just grabbing at Microsoft ass and going, like, give them hope. Give them a chance. I play on everything, but mostly Xbox. It's like, wow, that makes no sense. If you play on everything, you're not mostly playing on Xbox because Xbox haven't released shit. So I know you're lying.
What game?
Number one customer.
What are they playing?
Yeah,
they're not. Are they playing Redfall? What's going on?
I don't know what you're playing because like the console that's been releasing games in the last goddamn half a century has been the PlayStation. So I don't know how you mostly play on Xbox. And if you say, oh, because the games play better there, now you're lying your ass off because they don't play better there. So now what's the reason you mostly play on Xbox? My friends are there. Well, cross-play, bitch. So now why do you play on Xbox? The controller.
Oh, they got every excuse.
The controller. They have wiggly and goddamn rubby-ass nipple triggers right here.
Let me tell you something.
He has the Xbox controller. Look at this thing. This is what it sounds like. The controller. That's what it sounds like.
I borrowed my Series
Nice
X
quality right there.
I gave it to, right? But for some reason, I thought there was something I was going to play on Xbox. I just borrowed it for like the weekend. I was like, let me check this out. Man, I got that Xbox, started playing with that controller. I said, how does anybody play with this piece of shit controller?
Dude,
this controller.
It's the same controller.
Here's this analog stick,
I still
dude.
think the 360 controller is one of their best controllers ever made.
Here's the buttons.
But I don't know how people fucking give credit to this. Just because that controller is horrible.
It's like, dude, here's the buttons. This is the buttons.
The D-pad is horrible.
D-pad clicking.
is horrible, yes.
Here's the D-pad. This controller is the noisiest goddamn controller I've ever played with. Like, I was trying to play, like, Inconspicuous, and I hear this. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, shit, I can't play in this. Like, it's horrible.
Oh, your wife's sitting there looking at you.
What does all that noise, dude? It sounds like you're friggin' like building something over there with all that bullshit. Glynn's with the 2. He goes, Xbox needs to be a lawyer simulator. Dude, Ace Attorney, the whole series needs to come to Xbox Game Pass. It'll blow up. Post-up DLC will be in there. And Florian and Post-up DLC will be in Ace Attorney. Download Post-up for $10. You can... Oh, goddamn. Florian will be in there for DLC. You can download his ass. Dude, that's it. Kratos, right? That's it. Well, no. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hey, you want to see something? I got them right here. I did this friggin' 3 years ago. Here's the PlayStation buttons. This is the PlayStation face buttons. Xbox face buttons. PlayStation D-pad. Xbox D-pad. PlayStation analog sticks. I was going crazy. Xbox analog sticks. Like, PlayStation RB button. Xbox RB button. Like the controllers, like, it sucks. It's so cheap. PlayStation's all muffled and nice, and a microphone, touchpad, glowing. This is like some bootleg ass content. And the same thing, like $65 for this trash. The fuck is that? The garbage. I play an Xbox with a controller. What is it? It's a jank ass piece of shit. With that bright ass button on it. Like, you turn that Xbox button on, it's like a bright friggin' beacon of light for Phil Spencer to see engagement numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That big Xbox button on the top. It's ridiculous. So there's your comparison right there. So you don't say, oh, he's just demonstrating the Xbox controller. Screw that. There's both of them. But yeah, this is the craziness that's going on here. And meanwhile, while the law is going on here, and everybody's saying the clerks just uploaded. She's probably eating lunch right now. I see she's eating a tuna sandwich. Put it down. Put the tuna sandwich down to post up the results. Meanwhile, while that's going on, the Banjo-Kazooie devs are unsure there's an audience for a new Banjo game.
Gosh dang. What do you spend all that money on Rare for? Nintendo was better off keeping them.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
There it is. Key members of the original Banjo-Kazooie team have said they're doubtful of a new entry of the beloved 3D platformer. How can they say the audience is not there? The problem is the audience is there. It's just not on Xbox. That's the problem.
There you go.
You saw the people at Nintendo. You saw them, right? Crying, celebrating. Wait, tell me again. Now, where is it? Where is it? What is it? Banjo reveal and Smash. Did we forget? Here, I'll show you. Oh, here it is. There's no audience for Banjo. No audience for Banjo, they said. These guys are ripping off their shirts. Little nipples hanging out here. Grown men taking off shirts. Nobody wants Banjo. Nobody wants Banjo. Order! Exhibit A! Order!
this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is incredible. Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
They trolled them, and then they gave it to them.
Take a look at this. This is incredible. Take a look at. 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 Take a look at this. This is incredible. What a package.
Goddamn hugging. Look at this. They did it. Look at them. They're like, we did it. We did it. This guy's crying. We did it. Nah, nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Goddamn trash. Nobody wants it. How about you give it a shot, you know? Did everybody want Grounded? Did everybody want Pentiment? Did everybody want Sea of Goddamn Thieves? Did everybody want that? Mm-mm. You're out here buying up publishers of a franchise that people already have, and you're sitting on franchises that people possibly want. Why don't you make Xbox the new home for Banjo? Why don't you? Instead of just buying with things on everything else. You have the IPs already. You had Conquer. You had Banjo. You could establish them as solid franchise platformers on your platform. Give your platform an identity. That's not just Halo, which you killed, or Crackdown, which you killed, or Gears, which not doing too hot. You could have made platformers for them. They will fit great in Game Pass. But nobody wants it, they said. Perfect Doc, perfect help. Rare sitting there. And let's go make not only the Initiative make on Perfect Doc, they're not even working on it. Let's make Crystal Dynamics Perfect Doc. Oh, damn.
Cool. This coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Oh, good. Then it's not just me.
But I love how they come out here and the stuff that people ask for, the stuff that people want. There's always like, nah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's an audience for it. It'll be fun to look at. Like, listen.
Yeah, as you said something that's so real. Yeah, there's not an audience for it on Xbox. You're right.
Yeah.
The audience is not on Xbox.
They're not on Xbox. But what's crazy is like...
Not that there's not an audience for it, it's just not on Xbox.
And look at their efforts with Banjo, right? Since they had it. What was their effort? They basically threw Banjo into a car building simulator type thing. In nuts and bolts. Like, that really wasn't Banjo. They just threw Banjo into it.
They had Grabbed by the Ghoulies. They had a lot of franchises they could have did something with. It went nowhere.
Those were old Nintendo games that were being built for the N64 or built for the GameCube, and they just brought them over.
They say, well, you know what? Since you guys are building this already, we'll just take it over. And if it's well, it's well. If it isn't, it isn't. They just looked at Starfield and said, this may be a hit, so we'll just buy the whole company.
Yo, Microsoft killed Rare, dude. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. Microsoft destroyed Rare. Rare on the N64.
Oh, they did.
They carried that Nintendo 64, man, with their games. Like, between them and the quality of games that they were able to put out on that N64 when everybody else was doing CDs and stuff, and what Rare was able to do with their design and with their game design and gameplay, they were like another Nintendo within Nintendo. Yes, and what's crazy is that it was almost like a double effect. Like, it would be Nintendo games and then Rare. It was like, holy crap. Like, that is just a crazy, like a trade-off, back and forth. And Rare was able to do what they were able to do. And then on top of that, like, Rare made the ultimate console shooter with GoldenEye. Like, and then they capitalized on Perfect Dark. Think about where they could have went with it. Instead, Microsoft got their grubby hands on it and destroyed it and took all these franchises. And what's crazy is they never did anything with them. They just put them out there. They didn't put the efforts. They didn't do anything to them. And you could say, well, they didn't want to do this stuff. Dude, the Sea of Thieves, they probably couldn't wait to make Sea of Thieves because Microsoft had them locked around making goddamn Avatar skins. When they thought Kinect and Avatars, when the Mii's were there, because Microsoft had to play Me Too. Oh, you got Mii's on the Wii, then we're going to have avatars on our Xbox. Rare, that's what you're going to be doing. And that's what they did. And that's why I said all the franchises that Microsoft had, and now they want people to buy, they want Microsoft to buy things to fix them. Dude, they had it under their nose the entire time. They chose not to do anything with it. I'll never forget. You want to talk about meeting developers. I'm not talking about meeting executives and shaking hands and kissing babies. I played Voodoo Vince, and the guy who made the game was standing next to that. And he made Voodoo Vince Remastered. And he's like, oh, I made that. I'm like, yo, you made this game? He's like, yeah, I designed it back in the day, the original one. And I asked him, it just came out of my mouth. And I didn't interview him or anything. I just said, well, what have you been doing for all these years? Like I just said it. It just came out of my mouth because I'm playing this game. And I'm like, wait, you made Voodoo Vince. You're still here. I'm playing Voodoo Vince Remastered. And they remastered it, but never came out with a sequel to Voodoo Vince. And I asked him, just came out of my mouth. I was like, well, what have you been doing? And he goes, they had me on other Microsoft projects. I was doing other projects. I worked some. He said, he said that. I swear. He said that. And he's like,
what have you been doing all these years? I don't know.
He's like, I've been doing some Microsoft projects. He said, I did some stuff for the avatars and things like that. And then I was like, oh, because he was standing next to Voodoo Vince Remastered, and I was playing it at PAX, and he's like, I made. I'm like, what? You made a guy? Yeah, I drew this. I drew. And I just said, like, what you been doing?
Where gaming is. Wow.
Microsoft had him in a goddamn bunker somewhere making goddamn friggin' avatar hats. And then what's crazy, they had the guy standing there when I'm playing Voodoo Vince Remastered. I'm playing it at PAX. He's there. You think the sons of bitches will come out with a Voodoo Vince 2 now that they took him out of his goddamn shell and the guy made Voodoo Vince Remastered and re-added the assets and did the stuff. You think a sequel would be coming, right? Why would you remaster Voodoo Vince if you're not planning a sequel? Nope. Sequel? No. Have they talked? Nope. And there you go. And that's the way Microsoft rolls. They don't address it. And now Banjo's done. There's no place for Banjo. There's not, just like there was no place for Conker. The goddamn last time we saw Conker, he was running around on HoloLens. That's where they put him. They took that game and basically remastered the main game and then added a multiplayer mode to Conker. The game had a kick-ass multiplayer mode in the original game on the N64. Snipers versus Teddies. We played it all the time and captured a flag. 2 modes. It was incredible. They added some live and reloaded something to it. And that's what they did with Conker. Then they said, you make your own Conker game and put them in Project Spark. And then the humdinger was that they shut down Project Spark when they canceled Scalebound, and they shut down that studio that made Project Spark, and Conker went down with it. After they put Conker as a DLC, he was like a $5 expansion pack that you could buy for Project Spark. Tell me that I don't know Xbox. Please, explain to me that. I was there with all this bullshit that went on, and I didn't realize the hell that was going to happen in here. It pissed me off. But now seeing it, it's ridiculous when you put it all together. What they did to these franchises that they had. And then they threw them around in HoloLens. Apparently, if you looked in HoloLens, you could download them and you could jump on your table. That's where they put them.
You know what, Jez? I think at this point, what we're dealing with in the industry is a lot of people who are content creators, and they see these PewDiePies and all these people be big, and that's what they want to be. So that's why they're influencers. They don't play Xbox. They're happy that people are holding the line with them stupidly and doing all these things and doing these meetups and freaking rooftop parties at PAX and wherever else they show up. And these guys don't play games. These guys talk a good game. They don't play games. They don't support what they talk about. They don't. They really don't. And it's kind of sad.
Look what they did to Battletoads. Remember that frog?
Yep.
Dahlia Studios.
I'm sitting here playing the Ninja Turtles game, and
it look like a goddamn Flash game.
They did a good job on this game, right? And I'm like, damn.
Oh, that Ninja Turtles is incredible.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Look at Battletoads.
Why didn't you guys do a better job with a franchise you could have revived? They don't care. Just like Link said, they're here. They're here just to throw stuff in there, and it's all about quantity. They don't care about the quality.
Yeah, look at goddamn.
And not even quantity. I won't even say quantity. I won't even say quantity because they don't even put a lot of stuff out. They just want to make sure that because they have this Game Pass model, they have no choice but to support it now.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it does, no matter how bad they lose, they have nothing to do but support. They have to support it.
Exactly.
Because if they don't support it, it's basically egg on their face. They already got egg on their face, but it's just like one of those things like, well, we said we're all in. We're all in.
There 1 million players on Battletoads. They didn't even want to make the goddamn game. They didn't want. They made Dahlia Studios had to come up to them to make this game. Microsoft was sitting on the franchise and didn't even want to make it. Dahlia said, "Hey, let's make it." Dahlia Studios. They decided to make this thing. But look what they did to this game. And guess what? You want to know the humdinger? No online co-op still in Battletoads. No online for this game. Couch co-op. There it is. No online. Head scratcher. I thought the Xbox Live toolkits are available and all. No online. No online. There you go. That's what they do to that franchises. They didn't want to make the goddamn game. They outsourced it to Dahlia Studios. If you listen to one of Phil Spencer's interviews, he basically said Dahlia called him up and said, hey, we want to do something with it. And that's exactly what they're doing to Halo. To bring it back to Halo. Halo now is just going to be, they're just going to hoard out the studios. You want to make a Halo game? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll oversee it. Booty will send you the coffee. And you make the Halo game and we'll put it in our Game Pass. And that's what they want to do. They just want to oversee. They want to be a publisher of IP. That's why they're owning all this IP, because then they figure if anybody they're not going to make it, but if somebody would like to make it, they still got to go through them, and Microsoft just reaps the benefits of the IP without having to waste developmental costs, because that will be on the studio. That's their plan. Their plan that's the way they're going to roll.
I don't have a problem with them partnering with people, but I think it's really inconvenient in a lot of ways that they freaking have created such good franchises from back in the day, or they have had other teams who created good franchises, and like they don't have a hit. You know, they don't have a hit.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
we'll
they got lucky with the 360 and that was it.
But all the IP, Frog, that they have right now, but Activision, that list is going to save them again, man. Nothing's going to save them right now. Phil says they suck. They're going to always suck because they're trying to be part of a conversation without contributing with quality games that are worth something. And that's the problem. You can't be releasing Redfalls and say, well, we suck. It's like, oh, we want to be better. No, you have a chance to be better. Redfall was your chance. Halo was your chance to be better. You said in 2019 you need quality. Our quality is suffering. Like, I always play this clip because this was him in 2019 admitting that Xbox needs to be quality.
When I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
And he said that, 2019, we haven't done our best output over the last few years. When you think about Xbox, I'm thinking about quality. After that quote, he proceeded to launch Halo Infinite in the state that it was. He proceeded to launch Redfall in the state that it is in 2023. He said that in 2019. But let's go shake his hand and take pictures with them.
That's why I said I really do think that even though I don't think that Starfield is going to be sold well, I think it's still going to be a big hit. It's going to score well. It's going to do well. I think it's just one of those games. No matter what we say, it won't fail because it's one of those things that it's like, okay, we saw what was going on. We got it. No matter, like I said, I think that it's going to do well no matter what.
Oh.
No matter what.
We will see.
But when we look at these review sites and you look at all what's going on.
Oh, I think so. You're right, Frog. Yeah, I think it's going to get coddled. It's going to get coddled.
Yeah, it is. No matter how bad it comes out and how broken it is or whatever.
Yeah, just like Halo Infinite got coddled. And
it's going to be one of those games, and they're going to say review in progress, and we're going to come back to the year from now. And that's what's going to happen.
That's right, man. Yeah.
We already know what's going to happen.
That's what Kratos says. Like, Frog's right. The Xbox doesn't have a hits like Nintendo. Yeah, it doesn't have its identity, Kratos. Like, that's the thing. Like,
Frog is saying. No identity.
Like, it does not have its identity. Like, it doesn't. Like, it lost its identity. And the games that still stand for it, it doesn't. they lost their identity. That's the problem now. Right now, their identity right now is their executives. It's Phil Mouse and and it's Sarah Bond and Aaron Greenberg and refrigerators and the Xbox brand. The logo that's it. The games to tie to that logo are not there, and that's where I was saying last week with these executives and stuff like meeting Greenberg and Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. It's like the thing is that they're not the ones making experiences for you. They're the executives cashing the checks out and making the big decisions. But the person that's making the games for your experience, like those are the people that you would want to meet. Like a conversation that you would want to have is like somebody that created sit there with Corey Balrog and a guy who created the studio director of God of War. What was going through your mind? Or the voice actor for Kratos and or the voice actors or the people that create the environments for Horizon, or the people that you want to talk to the developers, the people that made the experiences that you had, the people that developed Final Fantasy 16 and made those decisions. Like, you don't want to go talk to the Square Enix president. You don't want to talk to the president of Square Enix. No, I want to talk to the people that made the game, that experienced it. Phil Spencer doesn't make games. Sarah Bond don't make games. Greenberg doesn't make games at all. He don't even test them. He makes refrigerators. Maybe Booty, he does coffee, he'll tell you some stuff. But if you're going to meet people, Microsoft should have at these events the people, their first-party studios, walking around so you could talk to the people that are actually making the games for Xbox, the Xbox first-party studios. Instead, they got their executives walking around like Phil Mouse and Sarah Bond and then Greenberg. And it's like, but you don't make games. You're not making experiences for me. You just increased the price of Xbox Live. Those are your decisions. Why'd you do that shit? You know what I mean? Let's talk to the guy who made Voodoo Vince. Why is his ass not walking around these events? Voodoo Vince is such an Xbox classic. Where's his ass? Let him go walk around goddamn meet and greets with YouTubers. Where's his ass? Talking about Voodoo Vince too. Not Phil Spencer hugging, kissing babies, taking pictures, smiling. He's a gamer. No. Get the hell out of here. I want to talk to the people that make the experiences that I'm having. Those are the people that I have a lot of respect for, that I want to meet. What made you design this? What made you do this? You drew that I'm playing right now in the game? You drew that? Yeah, I don't want to meet the person that made the Halo trees. I'll ask them, I go, what the hell? Yeah, a bunch of pipe cleaners in your office? But that's the people that inspire you. That's the people that you want to thank. Those are the people you want to take a picture with. Not Greenberg.
The last year or two, the news has been just all about this Microsoft Activision Blizzard.
Oh
deal.
God!
It's like, damn, we don't even talk about games anymore. Like, what are we doing?
It consumed everything. All the media outlets, everything is this stupid ass deal.
Yeah, we're not talking about games.
Oh my God, it is just insane.
I don't.
I want to know how many games were not announced, or many games not because of this stuff. That's what I want to know. But now the final
mill and there's stuff, but come on, man.
Well, the one thing that did come out of all this trash is that there's been some leaks and stuff. So one of the things that came out, and it's the bigger topic of the day, is first off, this whole thing right here with the PS5 Slim. So apparently, the court documents, Microsoft said that PlayStation, they threw this at the end of the paragraph in their court documents right here. PlayStation likewise sells a less expensive digital edition for $399, and it's expected to release a PS5 Slim later this year at the same reduced price point. Next, they say PlayStation, remember, Mr. Henderson said this too. PlayStation currently offers two different versions of the PS5, one with Blu-ray, physical media, and the other without and digital. It's anticipated that it further differentiate a Pro and Slim models in the near future. So this is Microsoft's prediction of this thing. Now, I said when the Slim was announced or predicted by Mr. Henderson, I said that the thing is that having a Slim console, do we want one? Apparently, this is supposed to be modular, right? Well, I'm just saying, do we want one? Apparently, this is supposed to be modular where you could add a disk drive to it later. And I said if this was the design of this will make that the base PlayStation, the PlayStation 5's new price point would be
Yep,
$400. And that's exactly what I wanted to point out from here was that the new price point of the PlayStation lineup moving forward would be $399. There would not be a $500 SKU because this one will replace both of them.
Unless
That's
they decide to come out with a Pro.
Well, that's your point right there, Frog. Then,
excuse me.
Bless you. The Pro would probably come out with more power and the built-in disk drive, or maybe it would not come in with a built-in disk drive at all, and you could add it to it, and it's just a $500 digital console. But I think you'll probably add the disk drive to it, and that will be the $500 version.
Disk drive, right.
That's what I'm thinking. But the thing is that the PlayStation base price would be $400 just, and then you could add your disk drive.
$400, $100 more than an S, and you're getting a better console. And
$50 more than an S. Frog, you're forgetting the new S.
$50 more. Sorry, $50
Yes.
more. Why wouldn't you want that?
This, and what's crazy is Microsoft
Microsoft
knowing
why
this.
they can't compete.
Exactly.
This is why you can't compete.
That's my point.
This is exactly why you can't compete.
If you are putting this in your documents that you anticipate Sony is going to release a digital edition for $400 and now a Slim later this year at the same price point at $399, who in their right mind said, let's release a Series S with 1 terabyte at $350?
Yes.
Tell me how you need to compete. When you are stating you know this, or you're anticipating Sony to do this, this just shows
whoever
ignorance.
is sitting over there needs to be fired. Somebody needs to be fired.
Right? There's my song for them. Like, you seriously need to be a stunad. Like, I just don't understand that. I just don't understand. Like, you gotta be like just not smart. If you're like, hey, well, they're gonna release this at this price point, and then let's go put out an S at $350. It's like, really? So you know the PlayStation 5, which is much more powerful than your S,
just made the list
at $400, and they plan on replacing with the new Slim model at $400. Who thought let's go put an S out there for $350, and not say, guys, we got to get our X down to $400?
They don't care about
Because
the console.
trust me, a Series S coming out at $350 tells me no hope for the Series X. Like, I think they're trying to kill the Series X.
Yeah, I think they are too.
I think they're killing it. It's like you're basically killing the Series X, because what's going to happen is that you're going to have a $350S. You're going to have a $400 PlayStation coming out there that's going to be more widely available, because believe it or not, the digital still not really grabbing on store shelves. Like, the $500 one is the one you see everywhere. But like,
yeah,
if now the new one's going to be $400 and you add a disc drive later, people are just going to scoop up a PlayStation for $400 now, because that's the one that's going to be universally available. PlayStation 5 at $400. They're not going to say without drive. They're going to be like, new model, PlayStation 5, $400. Da-da. And then the Pro gets announced early next year, where the Pro has a disc drive in it and probably more powerful for $500. There you go. But like, the thing is that the $400 one now could be upgradable. But like, if you're Microsoft, how are you sitting out there with a Series X sitting there at $500? Like, and what they were saying at Digital Foundry was like, oh, well, Microsoft already, that's their mid-gen refresh. So when Sony does their PS5 Pro at $500,
that's crazy.
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Because now the PS5 Pro at $500 is possibly more powerful than the Xbox Series X. So now your Series X now is weaker at $500 at the same price point of the PS5 Pro. Your Slim PlayStation is upgradable down the line and can be purchased for $400, $50 more than your Series S. You basically are killing yourself in the console space. Like, it makes no sense. Like, if you're sitting here with this strategy, knowing this, how are you sitting there going, well, our Series X is our mid-gen refresh, and here comes the Series S at $350. You are just self-sabotaging your console. And still no games. That's right. And still no games on there. How does that make no sense? And they said there's no need. They didn't say that there's a need for a mid-gen refresh. So they're really going to ride and die with the Series X. And Sony's going to leapfrog their ass at $500 with a PS5 Pro that's going to be more powerful, same price. They basically pulled, you want to talk about like, oh, how Microsoft lost last gen because they were $500 more and the weaker console? Dude, they're going to be the same price and the weaker console. They're doing it again.
Yeah. Let's look at, I think this generation lasts a little bit longer too. I do think it lasts.
Well, then they're even worse case scenario because Phil says they're not doing a mid-gen refresh. And he could be lying out his ass like he does. But
no, I think they're done what they're done. And I think they're at a point where they're like, we just release them, and if we can sell S's, we're happy. We don't even. They're not even look like you know. I think Game Pass is the ultimate thing. They want people to be on PC anyway. That's the market they're going for. So
yeah, and Game Pass prices increased. That was another thing that happened the day after July 6th. Well, it was a couple of July 8th or whatever like that. Yep, Game Pass went up again. We talked about the price increase. That's official now. But, like, the thing is, like, for us who have PlayStations, there's the Slim there. I'm probably not going to go get a Slim. I'll probably, trade in one of my PlayStations for a Pro. If it's that much compelling, more compelling for that. Especially if there's, like, extra perks for VR like there was with the PS4 Pro. So, for me, a PS5 Pro, like, I really don't want one. I think we still are still waiting for those true just next-gen only games, more of them. And unfortunately, it just seems like Sony seems to be the one that's really pushing their own bar. I really don't feel like third party has really maximized the potential of any of these consoles. I still don't see it in the game design and the physics and the graphics, like in the artwork. I'm not seeing it from third party. Yeah, no. Sony's biggest competition is them. Like, it's Sony that's moving the needle and showing what next generation is. Oh, Grindhouse, get him. Like, I don't see third party really, doing that stuff. So, like, for a Pro, I'm not super excited, for one to say, like, hey, let's go get another console. But, I'll probably be trading one and maybe eventually do it, especially if there's perks for VR, because you go use extra power for VR.
I'll probably, I'm going to be honest with you, like, my wife has a digital, and I have a disc. My oldest, let's see. My wife has a digital. I have a disc. I think both my oldest son has a digital, and my youngest son has a disc, and they're content with what they have, So I don't think they get a new, like, for them. I think they're happy where they're at. I think if a Pro comes out, I probably will buy it just because.
We'll trade in one.
I am.
Right.
Yeah, I'll trade in my console and just get a Pro. My wife won't need to trade in hers unless it breaks, because So
yeah. And the Slim, I'm really. What about the Slim, Frog? What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. Unless it's like a totally different
super small,
design, like super small. Yeah, I don't see a reason to get it. I'll just wait until they come out something more powerful or PS6. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I think with the PS4, I went from the base day one PS4 to the Pro. I never had a reason to get a Slim. I had never had a reason to get a Slim. I do think that a Slim coming out will appeal to a bigger audience just because it's different looking. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, if it's like, 50% smaller and it's like sleek and, they got some crazy thing, will that appeal? That's aesthetics. I don't know.
I mean, I do think that
I'm not getting a
$399 price point being like the base price point in the industry and just one SKU, and then maybe you can buy a disc drive later for those people who want disc-based games. I think if they can pull it off, it's smart. And the reason I say it's smart is because they get more revenue. And then you're going to have people say, well, you're going to have, I would say you're going to have publishers and developers say, well, their primary market is digital. Majority of people who are buying their games, they're stuck right there in that ecosystem. They can't trade it in. So maybe we put our games on PlayStation and opt out for Xbox. The S can't do it, but they got a digital system that can do it. Why not?
Yeah. Shout out to Josh. Yes, VIP Grinder. He goes, Jez didn't Microsoft say they won't lose the PAL crown ever, except when they refuse to release a mid-gen console just to fracture their user base. Yeah, right. We will never lose on PAL. He said, Josh. Thank you for being a VIP Grinder, but
Jez, this is the weirdest generation of gaming consoles. Like the fact that you came out with a console that was weaker, and a lot of people don't see it. A console that was weaker than your Xbox One X in a lot of ways. You know, in certain ways better, but a lot of ways weaker. Can't do 4K.
You rarely see that in the electronics industry.
Like my whole thing, and that's why, and we said it before, that's why they quickly stopped producing X's, because they were like, oh shit, we can't have people see this on the shelf with this S here, because if they realize they're the same price, hey, you know what? People are gonna say, wait a minute, you guys are
number one customer.
$299 for this thing that's weaker than, and that's what it blows my mind for them to say, hey, this was the console. There was going to be the console after the Xbox One X. I think they're lying out their ass. Who would make a console that weak? After you said you just had Red Dead freaking running that freaking 4K
on
30
the One
frames,
X, right? You ended at the
on
most
One
powerful
X.
console. Why would you lead the next gen?
Who makes a console? Yeah, who comes out with the Series S and says this is our console going forward technically, but this was our mid-gen refresh. We just happen to release them at the same time. Either we're idiots for believing that, or they're liars. And I think they're liars. I think they said, look, we got to replace this S, and this is the quickest way to do it. People won't know. We'll just say, hey, it's like an S. We'll name it S because it's just like an S. And then on the other side, we'll put the X out there. And for those people, we'll say this is our real next-gen. No, people went after that S because they saw $299. Moms who don't know gaming, dads who don't know gaming, grandparents who don't know gaming, the casual gamers, they don't know any better. They just went out and bought an S for $299 and really don't know that they could just stay with their Xbox One.
And Frog, they artificially shifted people to go get an S because the S was more available than the X, because they were using the X to power their cloud. So they weren't pumping these stores full of X's. So the S's were available and people were just buying to upgrade later or something like that. And they scammed their whole audience in going from the most powerful console, a One X, to go getting the weakest console of the next generation. And what I'm saying is you don't see that in electronics a lot, where they release a flagship and their consumer-friendly budget version at the same day. You do your flagship, you let your flagship get everything, and then you release a comparable cheaper one later down the line, I guess, like a booster one.
Microsoft and the Xbox gaming division knew it was a death sentence if they released the S by itself. It was a death sentence. They already knew that, right? Even at $299, they knew it was a death sentence. They knew the market
number
really
one customer,
because when you're getting game PS5 quality and you're saying this is our next generation console and it's $299, and you're getting shit games at 1080 at 720p, 60 frames or 30 frames. Microsoft already knew it's a death sentence. That's why I just can't believe that. I think Phil Spencer's a jackass for saying that. I think he thinks we're stupid for saying, hey, this was actually our console and this is our mid-gen refresh. I don't believe that bullshit. I cannot believe that this was the console you were going to release next, and you want us to believe that, and the Series X was your mid-gen refresh. You're an idiot for us thinking, and we're idiots for thinking that. I honestly do think that they knew it would be a death sentence, because there's no way they could release a console like what do you say, without the power being on even equivalent.
Their documents showed that this is where it's coming from. Microsoft's documents. This is not coming from Sony. This is Microsoft's anticipation of what PlayStation's doing. How do you do this and release and have a $350 S coming out in September? Pre-orders. Why are you increasing the price of the S when you know that Sony's going to lower the price of its PS5 to just do a new slim $400 model?
Because and you know what they're thinking in their mind is, we put it in black. People are stupid.
Oh shit! You think they're gonna think? You think they're gonna think it's a more powerful X? Oh shit!
Yeah, people are gonna think it's gonna be. I guarantee people are gonna be like, oh
damn,
the black one's more powerful. They're gonna be a lot of people at GameStop telling this bullshit. I've heard it and I've
runs
seen it, and I'm
quieter.
They run. It's so much better.
Oh,
what's the difference?
Oh,
you know,
no.
it has big. They're gonna say it has a bigger heart, and they're gonna go. It has a bigger memory,
More memory. They're gonna say, "Oh, more memory." You said no. They're talking about hard drive, but they'll say
and
more
people are
memory.
gonna think that more memory equates
Yeah,
to better
RAM.
performance system, and it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, my
it's
goodness.
sad. Look, Microsoft has messed up 2 generations in a row. The last generation we could talk about. This generation, they didn't learn. Did they not learn anything from PlayStation's PSP and PS3? They went with memory that
They
you
want
had
Addis
to
console
get only
space,
from
dude. They
them.
don't care.
They messed up 2 generations in a row royally. And anybody who can't see, who's sitting there talking about hold the mother effing line, if you can't see, they messed up 2 generations in a row. They lost the last generation. They've lost this one. As soon as you said, hey, you can go out and you can buy this extra memory, and it's almost as much as a console, and you know what? This company's making it for us. You screwed yourself. Everybody at the beginning of the PS5 generation said, oh, Sony's going to have a hard time because they got these M.2s and they're so expensive. Dude, you can go buy M.2 for less than $100, 500 or more gig. Or you know what I'm saying? Like Sony chose the right path again. And it's unfortunate this keeps happening, but we can't sit here and say that the Xbox gaming division is doing well and they're doing things great. They're not.
No,
I don't care. I don't care how many lines you hold. There's nothing they're doing well. There's nothing they're doing well. And you're delusional. You're delusional C word if you think that holding the line is gonna help bring back a narrative that's not there anymore. Nobody cares about this company anymore. They're a former shadow. Even if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through, they're a former shadow of their self. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All this says, if this deal goes through, and this is what I'm going to say, the only thing this says if the deal goes through is now Sony and Nintendo could be more aggressive and buy big companies and publishers if they want to, and you can't say a daggone thing because Microsoft just did it. That's all it says. That's all it says. Now you change the industry because if this deal goes through, it will change the industry. You just told Sony, hey, PlayStation Game Studios, we need to get bigger revenue. We need to go out there and buy this, buy that, and you're not. I don't think you want a war with a sleeping giant. Like I think that when you look at generation after generation after generation, Sony got screwed up by Nintendo, made a PlayStation, $100 million. Nintendo, the Wii and maybe the Switch, as their portable console, they'll hit $100 million easy. But what I'm saying is like very rarely do consoles back to back, freaking generation hit $100 million. Sony's been doing it.
I have that.
Knocking it out the park. With the exception of PS3, they've knocked it out the park each time. And it's not about being fanboys. It's about, look, the reality is if you want to compete, you don't have to buy everybody up. If you want to compete, you really got to go out there and create good product. You don't have to buy everybody.
So here you go. Like, so this guy, first off, I got something to say about this one, but the, speaking about the consoles and what to do, first I'm going to get these super chats. JX Gaming goes, Jez, what's up? He goes, hope all's well, just finished Final Fantasy 16. He goes, gotta say, I love the game. Easily one of my favorite modern Final Fantasy games. I gotta agree, man. I'm loving that game, Final Fantasy 16,
yeah,
dude.
I'm enjoying it.
Siru
I'm taking my time, though.
Yeah, me too. Siru21 goes, the Series S was sabotaged to buy acquisition time from Microsoft. Huh? That's a smart move, maybe just to pacify the situation. Like, just get, like, a product out there to kind of hold the Xbox down while they figure out what the hell's going on. That could be a strategy, but it is a sabotage to them because, like, it really. What's funny is that they did the S became so important to them now that they decided to do a revision to it. And what's crazy is that the Series X was the one that was called Project Scarlet and talked about for the biggest time. The Lockhart S wasn't only announced until the summer before it launched. Like, they only hyped that up like a few months before it launched. Like, the X was the premier console that they were marketing. There was no there was no indication. Like, when he came out in 2019, when he called Project Scarlet that we're talking about for over a year and named it the Xbox One X, the Xbox Series X on stage at the Game Awards, like, there was no there was no like, oh, we're releasing 2 consoles. Like, that second console was released later, after they marketed the shit out of the other one. You know, the Digital Foundry, when they went to go play with magnets, it was a 1X reveal, Series X reveal. There was no mention of the booster. Booster wasn't announced until the summer. Anyway, Tex Mex, even he goes, shout out to being VIP Grinder for 20 months. Yeah, baby. He goes, even after another brand made another Xbox storage option, they somehow still more expensive than the M.2 options for the PS5. Yes. Western Digital, just that now somebody else is making them. What is this? No, it was Western Digital's making them, and now the Seagate is making them. Still expensive. Proprietary memory cards. Well, leading into this whole
That's the stupidest thing they
it is
did.
a stupid proprietary memory cards, right? And now you got to hope that
It's like they didn't learn.
No.
Jez, this is why I'm saying, like, they watched what PlayStation did wrong in the PS3 generation and made some of the same mistakes with the Xbox One generation.
Mhm.
They watched what PlayStation did with proprietary memory cards and such with the PSPs and the Vitas, and they did the same thing with the Xbox. It's like they didn't learn from the industry's like failures. Like you sat there. It's like you're saying, you know, I think you said it and I've said it. This is why we say, how do you mess up Halo when you had a template? You saw what Bungie gave you before. How'd you F that up when you had a template?
Yeah, right?
How'd
You had a
F it
service
up?
template. Exactly.
Exactly. It's like there was no way to mess this game, and you still messed it up. How?
Yep.
I don't get it.
This is what you were
I
talking
don't
about,
get
Frog.
it.
I got the visual right here. So this guy put in the article. So here we go. This is what we have now currently. Again, they're using the Microsoft presentation. So this is not official. The only one not official here is Microsoft, right? We know this. They don't share their numbers at all. So look at this. So this generation alone, the PS5, which is both versions, the Slim, the Pro, and the PS5 with the disc and no disc, 38.4 million per Sony's March 2022, but 2000 from March 2023. So that was from their March 2023. They're probably over 40 million right now, right? Now, Nintendo, as their March, 125 million Switches. And then Xbox, for her that slide from Brazil, it's like some back alleyway, goddamn slide, 21 plus million of two consoles, two different powers, two different price points. The lowest priced console and the highest priced console. Two consoles, not one, two. There. Even the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED, and the basic Switch is at 125 million. Even those are not less powerful. They have different feature sets, but one's not officially less powerful than the other one. All those Switches are just different feature sets. The Xbox is the only one with two generational difference consoles. They can say it's the same generation, but they're two differences. Now, combination, look at these install bases. This is what I was trying to say earlier when I say these things. Look at these numbers, right? 155 million PS4 and PS5 combined. 139 million Switches. I don't know why they threw the friggin' Wii U in there, but the Wii U's in there too. And then 79 million Xboxes. Look at this. That's counting the Xbox One, which nobody pretty much plays right now. But look at the difference of this stuff. This is what I mean when Microsoft keeps saying we want to be everywhere and all this other stuff. This install base right here, even if you just look at this current gen install base, right? Over 50 million more, 160 million consoles out there, and you're sitting with a measly 21 million. There's only so much that PC audience could buy you to offset not putting games on these two platforms. There's only so much. Just because the PC install base is so big, that doesn't mean they want to play your games. And the games that you primarily design are for console owners because that's what you do. You could say you make PC games, but the expectations of Xbox is it's a console, right? You cannot reach the gamers that we're going to potentially buy, especially this install base will buy games and you don't have to worry about piracy so much as you do a PC in that open market and things like that. This is a console secure base where you could really make you. That's why some people like putting their games on console, because they know it's almost guaranteed money. The cuts, they don't have to take in consideration, GRG or whatever, the GOG gaming and all these like budget things with the cheat code, not cheat codes, CD keys and piracy and all these other ways of getting your game. It's pretty much as secure as they could possibly get it on the console to make their money back. But when you look at this install base and the rate that they're selling, and when the Switch does a Switch 2, these numbers are going to blow up. And then you look at these numbers at the PS5, these numbers are continuing to blow up. How are you going to sit there with a measly 25 million Xboxes going, we good, the PC is going to offset our games and just not release on these platforms? How? Like that's the issue there. It's getting harder to pirate games. I agree, but a lot of them. A lot of times I like to put games on console because it's a more guarantee. Like the cut they're gonna get, they don't have to worry about those other things. Like so, it's just that all I'm saying is that this install base could be over 200 million of the PS5 and the Switch, while Xbox is slowing down its console space. And if it eventually leaves the console space, how do Microsoft, ignore this huge ass install base of gamers that will buy games and you make your money back? How? How do you? Because guess what, guys? They're everywhere now. The 21 million Xboxes, if they're struggling now, they're on iPhones, they're on iPads, they're on Samsung TVs,
they're on PC,
Android phones, they're on PCs.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on Boosteroid. They're gonna be on. They're everywhere right now. Like this is the max saturation of Xbox right now, with the cloud, console, and PC. They're at max saturation now, and they got 24 people playing Redfall right now. Okay, on Steam. 24 people playing. They're everywhere right now. There is no wait to this new device. So tell me how they sustain a future ignoring this install base of PlayStations and Switches that are just going to keep growing and growing and try to offset not putting games there to put their games on PC. Oh, PC will offset it. No bullshit, it won't. And is that apples to apples? Is selling it on the console? It's not. So tell me. That's the problem that Microsoft has. They have driven their console so far in the hole that it's not even holding a light to a reasonable install base to compete. That shit's phasing out. And the thing is that PlayStation 5, True Virgil, tell me the numbers, because I showed you the numbers earlier. It has more than 27 people? Okay, good. Yeah, it's 74 in the last 24 hours. There's more people playing. Enjoy. Tell me when you find those numbers. Make sure you don't stick your head up too far up Phil's ass to find those numbers, because he'll die in the grave before he tells you what Game Pass numbers are. And again, 21 million is what the Brazilian spreadsheet showed on a promo Xbox slide. Who the hell knows what their actual numbers are? Speaking of which, now we come to these revenues that this dude came up with, right? This Dara Strickland. And showing that Microsoft's revenue was more than Nintendo's. And Sony's revenue was higher than that. That's their yearly fiscal year revenue, right? Well, he admits here that not only does their revenues, here's their revenues lined up. The thing is that Microsoft doesn't report Xbox revenue. It does not report Xbox revenue. Instead, it bundles Xbox with their whole more personal computing revenue, which includes Windows OEM, Windows commercial products, devices revenue, Xbox content and services, search and news advertising. So that revenue that they're calculating is basically of all these. There is no individual Xbox revenue. And if you want to take a look and have a guess, look at the lowest percentage of the more personal computing, and tell me who is going to be the anchor to this more personal computing division. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Look at the weakest link. Goodbye. What is the weakest link? Goodbye. They're part of this. So when they say their revenue, personal revenue, their revenue of this division, devices, Surface sales carrying Xbox, search and news advertising. So when you look at Xbox reporting of their revenues or year over year when he's getting his number, it's this whole division. It's not. And look at the lowest percentages. Where are they? Xbox content and services growth. Year over year, 4, 3. It's the lowest percentage growth out of all the parts of more personal computing. So when even when you're looking at these numbers, this is Nintendo's revenue for the Switch, Sony's revenue for the PlayStation. Those are broken out. Look at this thing. PlayStation, not only do you get reported revenue, but you get actually profit. So you see Nintendo's making $3.79 billion in profit. Sony's making $1.8 billion in profit. Look at Microsoft. $15 billion, but who knows how much profit they're making in that division. Nonetheless, it's not even an Xbox. Then, on top of that, grinders, we're not done. Stuttering Satya, where is he? Stuttering Satya, you have something to say about what I'm going about the show right now, Stuttering Satya.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our,
spit it out.
And
Satya, under oath, said this. The table highlights the target and actual achievement for the reporting period. Correct, Satya? That's one metric. The question, Microsoft exceeded its goals on this metric in the gaming business? And Satya said, yeah. We set it low. We set it low. It exceeded their goal, but their goal was low. That's what Stuttering Satya said in the courts. He said, yeah, we exceeded it, but it's low. When this guy said, and I heard him actually say it. He said, when you listen to the audio, he whispered it low. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we exceeded it, but it was set low. And remember, they haven't hit their numbers with Game Pass subscribers. They haven't hit this. So all this points to Xbox is not doing well financially. It is the weakest link of the division. The numbers are shared across multiple devices, not just Xbox gaming. It has Surface in there. It has Windows advertising, soft advertising. It has other things in there. And then you're comparing it to revenue and stuff of Nintendo and Sony. And that install base is growing at incredible rates, even the Switch now. And if you do a Switch 2, whenever that does, it's going to blow the roof off of everything. And a PS5 Pro, a PS5 remodel is just, and a PS5 at $400, new standard replacing the $500 one this holiday with the with the PSVR 2 coming into boot for the holiday. Lights out. And Microsoft knows this. They're the ones that leaked the Pro and the Slim. They're the ones saying it's coming. And they're the idiots that made a Series S at $350. And they exceeded their goal on their achievements because they set it low expectations. That's why they don't show gameplay. That's why they don't show the games. That's why there's always cuts and slices and this and that. and what ifs and this and this. But meanwhile, they're the first ones to say, we're going to Gamescom. We're going to Gamescom. Who cares? What? We're going to see more developer grabbing assing? We're going to see more updates to Sea of Thieves and Elder Scrolls, Pentiment 2 bullshit. Like, this is what we're seeing? Well, we're going to be at Gamescom. See you there. For what? Updates to Grounded? You got some goddamn mosquito now and the different species of mosquitoes? The hell are we doing? We're going to be there. See if these updates are coming. Oh, you're going to show us updates to Perfect Dark? Oh, no. You're going to show us more of Fable at Gamescom? Probably not. You'll never see that game again. Until the gameplay, until 2 years from now. And Microsoft's setting the low bars. They exceeded their goal, but their goal is low. Like we said, they set their percentages. Oh, with 10% year over year. What was it? We were 0, now we're 1. Oh, shit, man. What an increase. What are the numbers? We don't know. They're hiding them because Xbox is so bad. And that's why a desperate company is buying a grab-assing studio in Activision, the publisher in that one. There we go. Jags Gaming goes, these numbers are atrocious. Shut it down. Shut it down, he says. Siru21, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Microsoft just needs to find a way to convert Twitter posts into gaming revenue. Yeah, exactly. If we, what did he say? If we enlighten them, they will come or like that. They will promote it. And new wave of layoffs. Laying off people. And then you see their revenue with their cloud. All the bullshit they're talking about, their cloud structure, their Azure service. What is it? What does it get them? Half of what the lead is. And what's crazy, guys, what's crazy, all this for some old-ass Activision games. And putting Call of Duty everywhere. All this court stuff, all this business being leaked. For what? For what? We believe that. We exceed our expectations. Did you meet your miles today? Yeah, I did my miles. Oh, wow. I exceeded my expectations. What did you say? Oh, my expectation was a quarter of a mile today. It's like, oh, okay. But you can say, I exceeded my miles today. Woohoo! Just set it low and you'll always exceed your expectations so you could lie and say, yeah, we exceed our expectations. We did so. And then to wrap things off, we're talking about pros and slims. Oh, who did this? Who did this? Ryan Lands. Oh, my goodness. Frogs, you don't want to see what I'm about to show you, Frogs.
Uh-oh.
My goodness.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate. Oh, no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here.
The rectangle.
What? It's a PC.
Wait. Yeah. Xbox Series X. Wait, that's not a name.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios. They don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
We're doing it for a shitload of money. Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
We got plenty of Turbo Man's faithful saber-tooth tiger booster. know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
The rumors are true. We have received a small quantity of the action figure known as Turbo Man. I am not going to ask you people to be quiet again. Do you hear me? If you're not one of the lucky few, we have plenty of Turbo Man's faithful pet tiger Booster in stock. We don't want it! We don't want it!
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Star Ratchet 2, Ground, Truman 2. Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, The Ascent, and more.
What are we doing here? And Frog, it is not even an X. It is a Bobby Dream Booster, a Series S. It is not even the most powerful Bobby device. It is the booster that nobody wants, and again, a Bobby controller.
Here we go.
God. You know what? Bobby's Dream Xbox. Holy Jesus. And IGN got their ass slapped onto this too. Oh my goodness. First off, it's probably going to be some competition trash. Oh
like,
my God.
This is bad.
They just want to be everywhere,
this
man.
This is what we call holding the line.
Dude,
this is holding the line.
They just want to be in the news. They're like news whores. They just want to be like, there's like, oh, new movie dropping. Oh, we're going to make an Xbox for it. Make an Xbox for it. It's like, make a goddamn game, you stupid asses. But instead, they paint the thing pink and they go, yeah, we could promote it with the show. We're in the news. Xbox is in the news. Like, they're just such news. They're like the TMZ of goddamn video games. It annoys the shit out of me because what bothers me so much is that dirty-ass Jim Gordon Ramsay Ryan, Herman Holtz, get off your goddamn yacht, get in here and talk about some goddamn games. Smack the shit out of Microsoft, tell them to shove their Bobby consoles up their ass, and you show some games. This is what killed me. This is what got me so frustrated with that PlayStation shit show that was on there. Like, you got the games to shut people up. And you're not saying anything. Instead, you're letting Microsoft prance around with goddamn bogus-ass news, court documents, and all this other trash. And you got games that you're sitting on. Game. You just show people let the games do the goddamn talking. But you got Microsoft having the whole just prancing around, getting their grubby, stupid announcements out of every friggin' thing. We're at Gamescom. For what? You just bored the shit out of us last month and showing us Sea of Thieves updates. You gonna show us Fable? No way, bitch. And Phil and goddamn Sony's sitting on goddamn news. Let's go. Oh my God. I know Sony just sitting there just said, let them expose themselves. Let them just rot right into the ground. Oh my God. Just like, dude, you give them, like, this with Microsoft, they just love it. Like, oh, look at this. We got a Bobby console. It's like, of course. Why not? Why not? Hell, anything but a goddamn game. Make another friggin' controller. Why not? Hey, why don't you show us some Fable updated gameplay for what they showed last month, right? No. Maybe some new Starfield missions, since it's so epic. You can't. Oh, God. Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. They just want to be in the news, man. Just want to be in the news. Greenberg getting it all ready. My God. Let's end this poll. Obviously, let's see. I put out a poll. Which to buy? The Slim, the PS5 Slim, the PS5 Pro, nothing, or an Xbox. Let's see. We have 165 votes. Grinders, hit that like button. Let's see. We have a 300 grinders in here. Awesome show we got here. Let's close the poll and post the results Let's see what they say. Or I should put the Bobby Xbox in there. But you know what the other problem thing? I'm going to say the other problem. The problem is not that it's a pink or Bobby Xbox. The problem is that, listen, you can't buy this. They do make some cool edition Xboxes that go with other movies or shows, like a Stranger Things one. Like, they make them, but they're only for awards. You can't go buy them, which defeats it's so stupid. They just make ones that work if you retweet and like and answer this question. You may win this Xbox. And it's just like, it's stupid. You can't even buy it. I'm lying again, bootleg. True Virgil, man. Take the nuts out of your mouth because you keep saying the same thing.
See,
I know those are quality nuts, True Virgil, but I'm sorry, they're always in your mouth, and you keep saying the same thing. It's like he's like goggling there. He's like, "Oh, you're lying again." Like, take the nuts out of your mouth, True Virgil, and write a full goddamn sentence, True Virgil. Goggling those balls, god damn it! Tell me the truth. Like, you keep saying I'm lying about what? That you can't buy this in stores? True Virgil's like, I pre-ordered it, bitch. I'm getting it tomorrow. I was like, oh, damn. Show me the receipts. Sergeant with the goggle and damn.
When you're at Phil's rooftop parties, anything's possible.
Dude, you goggling those nuts. You keep saying the same thing. He's like, you're lying, bootleg. And how many times I told you? I know you're numb on the quality, but bootleg Jez is the one from Windows Central. I'm not the bootleg. He's the bootleg. He's the bootleg. Because he don't play games anyways. That's the bootleg. God damn it. Goggling balls there. I might have to take him away for a couple of days so he could talk sensible, because I think the balls are getting in his mouth when he tries to type. What's the buy? So let's see the results here. Maybe skew my results.
A few moments later.
Let's get back to here. Let's see what these. Oh no! Goggling in the chat. Oh shit! Oh damn! Damn! Oh man!
This man is in here gargling the chat.
Goggling. Oh no!
What's really going on?
Oh no! No, we don't want to do it. We're doing it, grinders. Hit that friggin' like button. Here it is.
He's a chat barker.
I can't hear you, True. What's going on? I can't hear you.
Can you goggle my balls? Goggle my balls.
Oh shit! Wild, the grind ever wild. Oh damn! I can't hear you. Before you. Those quality nuts in his mouth. He can't talk. Oh shit! We gotta get out of here. What the hell? Oh, here we go. That's going on the grind board. We got a new one now. We might have to. Let's see. I might have to do a new.
Can you goggle my balls? Goggle my balls in your jaw. This is the remix. This is the remix. Can you goggle my balls? Goggle my balls in your jaw.
Oh man! Now we got the remix. Now he's gonna be like, he's gonna be. Holy shit. Oh shit. It's wild in the grind. It's wild. We're wild. Here we go. JX Gaming go, they do this all the time. Anyone remember the Porsche theme Xbox? You can't even buy those. Exactly, JX Gamer. See, that's why I said you can't buy it. You can't buy it. Like, look. Let's go. Where is this? Say I'm lying. Let's see. Watch this. Watch this. They got the Forza Bobby car. Xbox is all dolled up. This was the picture from FanFest. I got it right here. And then here it is. Am I lying? Let's read the article where the pictures came from. Please. Please. Here it is. The Dream House Closet. Now you can bring her fashion-forward genius to your gaming setup or go complete remodel. We're giving away a Series S that has been built into the glamorous Bobby Dream House. Fans have a chance to win these starting on July 10th. So you cannot go buy this console. So who be lying now? So stop saying I'm lying, True Virgil. Damn. Receipts crack up the ass. God damn.
Can you goggle my balls? Goggle my balls in your jaw.
I did it because I like it. Hell, I love it. I'm saying, I'm just itching. I'm itching to do it again. And you think what you think.
I'm going to have to apologize ahead of time because I'm going to stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
Take a look at this. Brutus, this is incredible. What a package.
What a package.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
What a package.
Brutus, this is incredible. What a package.
What a package. What a package.
Take a look at this. Brutus, this is incredible. What a package.
Lies. Get the hell out of here. That's the one thing you grinders coming in here, you know is goddamn true.
Hey, that's that whole part
Told
of the
you,
podcast
get by
right
it.
there. That whole part of the podcast right there is a pause moment.
Just take it and
that was a whole pause.
Cut it. There's a whole pause. Frog didn't know what the hell was going on.
I didn't know. All I heard was gargling cock. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on. Something wrong. But anyway, I'm trying to read the poll to get through all these happy faces. God damn it. So the poll says which to buy. Distracted by people saying bootleg and lies. Get the hell out of here. So which to buy? PS5 Pro 63%. None says 16%. So everybody seems to be very happy with what they currently have. 14% said the PS5 Slim. So maybe considering that. And 5% of the grinders here say just to buy an Xbox. Oh, man. Xbox still can't even win the polls in the grindhouse. God damn. Still coming in last. Why? They keep coming in last all the time.
Oh no! We suck again.
Come on, Xbox. You could win in the one of the grindhouse polls.
Wait, so you said what's the percentage of people that buy an Xbox?
5%, man.
So 15 people basically said buy an Xbox.
That's right. Those are
all 15 of you are ass clowns.
Oh damn.
We still, we all know even if we did not want to wait for Phil and Xbox. Cause now he says just wait for my showcase and look up. Party where you will be signed by Phil and my special favorite fool. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, grinders, oi, 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 oi. There is the show, Frog. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I think that was everything that I had on the list. I know it's been a quiet night, but man, it was entertaining. Quiet with the news front, but you know, the Grindhouse always entertains. They have fun here. Shout out to Frog. Shout out to Link for coming through. Check them out on their PlayStations and playing. Yo, man, this was a wild time.
Yeah. I've been appearing mostly offline just because I've been playing Final Fantasy.
Nice. Just want to be left alone, dude. I know.
Yeah, man, because I haven't talked to my core group of friends in probably the last...
Yeah, you've been incognito for the last, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, man, all I've been doing is playing Final Fantasy, and if I'm not playing Final Fantasy, because it's summertime, you know, summer vacations and everything, so it's been a little bit more touch and go with gaming, just because I've been out the house more. You know, with the wife. So we've been traveling. We're getting ready to actually go in the middle of this month. We're getting ready to go to Alabama again.
Nice.
We're looking to buy some. We're looking to buy some land.
Buy
so we've
that
just been
land.
out of the house. Yeah.
Oh wait, I
Right
got something
now-
breaking off news. There was a rumor, Frog. I don't know if you saw this about Game Pass. Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass. It was on some website. They translated it.
No.
Everybody, all the Xbox guys were breaking the codes. They're like, "Yo, it says in
it's
English."
a good game, so if it comes, then great.
Frog,
Great for
Mike
them.
Ybarra
That's a
just
win.
tweeted it. Said this is not happening. Oh man. In the search for W's, all they get are L's. And if you like that and other phrases from the Gaming Grindhouse, go to the Grindhouse store and grab some of the awesome shirts. I'm going to make some new shirts for everybody. But yeah, in the search for W's, all they get are L's.
Oh, this coffee smells like shit. It is shit.
Yes, Josh, exactly. Yeah. Rod Ferguson told them no, but then they saw this leak on again, it's always these spam, like, I don't know where they found this from. Another Brazilian leak.
Yeah, some Brazilian. I hate that crap.
Dude, I think they make up shit like this to get attraction. They're like, coming to Game Pass soon. Feed. And yeah, it's not happening. They want it to happen. The beggars, they're begging it. They're like, it's so great, I just don't want to buy it. My God, what a clown. What a clown. That's right, True Virgin. I'll make a shirt with Phil's face on it. Oh my goodness. Then I get it. Anyway, we're not going there with that one. So anyway, hit that like button, grinders. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Thank you to all the new VIPs. Thank you. I think we have more VIPs now to get an emoji. You might get an emoji at next show. Keep it locked here to the Gaming Grindhouse. More gaming content coming this week, this way. So I plan on definitely streaming, maybe even doing some shorts or doing something more to the channel, because I have definitely due for a Grinds Bite. But we'll see what the news proceeds. But I'll definitely doing that. It's been a busy time here just with summer and stuff, but I'll definitely be getting another show out to you this week or something along those lines. But keep it locked here. Keep it locked here for the entertainment, no matter if there's news or no news. When the Grind's light shines in the air and the Grindhouse doors open and you feel the heat and the inferno, you know there's entertainment, fun, gaming, and real talk going on in the Gaming Grindhouse. So come on in, sit by the fire, join the chat, hit that like button, share it out, and subscribe if you like it here. Shout out to everybody. Talk to you guys later. We out. Hit me with the Game Pass song.
Peace.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Oh, and second us too. 12 minutes and Hades, and they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first?